Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Alan's Movie Talk. If you were listening to that intro, I actually ran into a homeless man when I was outside. So if you heard any noise, that's what was going on. So yes, I'm Alan. We're back here again for another episode. First-time guest, Mr. Jordan down here. How are you today?
Woke.
Wow, wait, that homeless guy that I trashed on the side of the road, he said the same thing.
Trash.
It's like they're almost the same person. It's weird.
Yeah, right.
When I was at Comic-Con, man, I was forced at gunpoint to be on this show.
Yeah,
all right, man.
That's
all
true.
Right.
I did.
I've been hearing the rumors. Yeah.
I needed the views, man. I've really been slacking lately, so you know. All right, and then hello, Kyle. How are you? Welcome back.
Good. Thank you for having me back.
Absolutely. And hello, Ian. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me back.
Yes, absolutely.
My back.
My back.
Please say that.
My back.
I was gonna say pulling a Toby there real quick.
Yeah.
Very fitting for the mood. Right. Yeah.
Man.
There we go.
Yes. So first episode since I went to San Diego Comic-Con. Obviously, there's been a lot of things that have happened in the movie news space. Since then, we've had some major releases. Really, just a whole bevy of news that has come through, both good, bad, and all in between. But we're going to start off by talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Obviously, the newest release that came out over the weekend. One of the biggest, of the year, in my humble opinion. Let me pull up the article real quick that I wanted to start off on. Very quickly.
Yeah, find it.
Yeah, here it is. Spider-Man is already past $1 billion. That is insane. I have some other stats too that we'll talk about once we get more into the box office of it, but this thing is a juggernaut so far, and it's made quite a lot of money. I haven't had a chance to really talk about it publicly. I was on Jordan's spoilers conversation. I actually should bring that back and say that. I was on there, but I did jump in a little late, so like general thoughts I didn't really get to get out too much. Because I was watching SummerSlam that someone else attended live. So so I'll kind of just go into what I thought, and then we can kind of all just give our general thoughts. Obviously, I'm a gigantic fan of Spider-Man. My favorite superhero, favorite Marvel hero, favorite everything when it comes to comic books, comic book genres, comic book movies. So I was very excited with where we left off in No Way Home and where this film was slated to go. And I loved it. I loved everything about it. I love that we went, to a kind of a street level story here. Not the grandest, Avengers threats or multiverse stories. We just kind of had a street level story here that was about, Peter Parker dealing with the consequences of No Way Home and just wrestling with the fact that he's only Spider-Man at this point, doesn't really live a life with Peter Parker. So I'll kind of go into quick bullet points. I loved the way New York was kind of used as a character in this film. I feel that was definitely missing out of the Tom Holland Spider-Man films. Obviously two of the films weren't even really entirely set in New York City, so that was kind of not great in those films. But here it essentially acts as a character. It delves into the relationship that Peter has with New York. I thought there was just a lot of technical improvements with Daniel Destin Cretton. I don't know if I said that right. I might not have. I always flip I feel like I always flip the first and the middle name when I say his name. So like web swinging, I thought was a huge improvement over what we got in that original trilogy. I thought the action was great. I thought the color palette was really good. This film was not ugly, which I thought was at least one of my criticisms of those first three films. Tom Holland's best performance as Spider-Man by far, in my eyes. He was really great. I think Zendaya's MJ, I didn't even really get to talk about that, was really great in this. I didn't really like the direction they went with her in that original trilogy. I felt like this movie really utilized the greater MCU universe as well, with the inclination of a certain character that wasn't really marketed, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Hulk and then Punisher as well. I really loved this film. I thought it was great, and I can't wait to see it again. I was supposed to today, but I didn't get a chance to, so that was a little frustrating. But life happens. So so we'll move on to you, Kyle. What did you think of the movie? General.
Yeah, I loved it. This is For right now, I think I'd still give the edge to No Way Home just because that holds a lot of nostalgia love for me. But
Right.
I can say that I do think Brand New Day is a better made movie, and
Mhm.
it's by far the best movie I think Tom Holland's been in. Um, yeah, like you said, all the characters you involve here. Um, Sadie Sink, I think, does a
Yeah,
great
I didn't
job
even
in this
mention her.
movie.
Yeah, geez.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
especially the third act, I think she does very, very good. I think this is also maybe the best action you see in a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
And obviously the director probably plays a big part into that with Shang-Chi and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, I came out of this movie with no negatives. There's not one thing really I can say negative about it. I loved it.
Yeah, I won't say that. We'll get to that though in a little bit.
Mhm.
But mostly positives that we're going to go now.
Mhm.
Ian, what about you? Even though I've seen all your guys' reviews, so I know how you got it. For the audience, right?
Yeah, for the audience. No, I liked it a lot too. I think it definitely agree with it being Tom Holland's best movie. I think I agree. I don't know if we got to talk much about the fighting, but I like that they kind of went for more practical, somewhat fighting scenes in this one too.
Mhm.
I agree with I agree that No Way Home holds a lot of nostalgia with having all three come back, but this one's probably, like you said, the better made movie in my
Mhm.
Kyle. But no, I have nothing but praise for it since I've been waiting for this to be Tom Holland's basically first film, basically. So finally we get it after so many years. But yeah, no, just those are some of the things. So
He actually felt like Spider-Man in this movie.
Yeah.
He
shows the
kind of was
maturity.
getting there in New York in No Way Home, but this is really okay, he's here. This is not hi Mr. Stark, that we got before. This is adult Spider-Man. Right?
Yeah, this is a mature Spider-Man, someone you can actually see maybe even being an Avengers leader kind of guy,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah.
Absolutely. What about you, Jordan?
It was woke trash garbage. I don't know why anybody's supporting this movie.
Yeah,
it's gonna make no
verbatim.
money. It's gonna
Verbatim.
make less money than Supergirl. It's not gonna do good.
That's what I heard. Too, yeah.
I think it made more than Supergirl on the Thursday night previews.
Yeah,
Friday night.
probably.
Or maybe not Thursday night, but Friday night. I think
Friday
it made more.
like 168. So yeah, probably.
Jordan's calm down there. Calm down.
Yeah. I know you hate that movie, The Passion. It's a woman, but still, Brand New Day. The fact that it's the best one and it's the fourth entry, at least for me, is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. I love the fact that Destin, the director, went as dark as he did, and the fact that every character in this film actually serves a purpose. Right. There's not just a shoehorn character in just you could easily say, well, Yelena didn't really need to be there in the long grand sure, but it added just more depth to the film as a whole, and it added some levity a little bit because there's a lot of dark shit in this movie. It added a little bit of just lightheartedness into small potatoes, big potatoes. Just it's silly, but I think it was needed because there wasn't a lot of humor outside of the quips from Peter. It's just crazy what this film has done in terms of the response from the audience. Box office, that's a whole different story, but I really love just how people have resonated and responded to this movie, and I think it's a testament to people's love of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The why this movie is done so well and why people are responding so well and people are going back to see it again and again and again. It's also the fact that you gotta just admit Tom Holland's Spider-Man resonates with a lot of people. People love the journey that he's been on, and I think it's also helping the fact that he's outside of the shadow of Tony Stark. He's now on his own. He's not relying on all this stuff. He's now going off the experiences of working with the two other Spider-Men. And that's his basis of the new suit. There's a lot of things that I think this film had going for it. And, of course, the mystery behind Sadie Sink. But, yeah, this film is insane. How well it's made. Because at any point it could fall apart. Because they have so much stuff going on. But, thankfully, it does not. And if they don't get Destin back to direct Spider-Man 5, it's going to be rough.
He's a popular guy right now, right?
100%.
He's got we talked about this on the stream on Saturday. He's got Naruto coming up. Obviously Shang-Chi 2 is still out there, and
he was talking today about a Wonder Man movie.
Right. I saw that. Yeah. So I mean, he's going to be a very busy guy going forward, right? And it makes sense, when they had him penned to be the director of King Dynasty. Even at the time, I understood why, because I felt like Shang-Chi was one of the better projects of Phase 4 and post Endgame MCU. But I think even now, after watching this film, I think he would have been a great choice. Like I know we've had conversations with other mutuals and stuff where they're like, oh, I don't know, I feel like his flavor wouldn't have came through, and I'm like, I don't really know, because I feel like here he definitely had some studio mandates, and he was able to still put his flair on it and his style. So I would love to see him do this. I still think I would actually prefer him to do a Shang-Chi 2, which is kind of insane to say. Just because I think he took that character and it was such a unique style of film, at least in the MCU, right? I mean, other martial arts centered films, but
so obviously he was initially like pinned to direct or like scheduled to direct Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
When they switched it to Doomsday before the Russo brothers came back, it was confirmed by him today. He was offered to direct Avengers Doomsday when they switched it.
Oh,
damn!
Oh,
He's
wow,
like,
interesting.
He says I couldn't find my way into it when I told Kevin Feige I didn't think I was the right fit for it. He mentioned Spidey, which was a huge relief to me because I thought he'd be like, okay, see you later.
Right.
And then Kevin connected with Amy, and he said 5 or 6 months later, Amy Pascal told me there was still no script, but they wanted me to direct Spider-Man 4.
Oh, okay.
I guess when they initially had the ideas and pitching the switch from Kang to Doom, they offered to him, and he's like, well, Kang, but now I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we some of us on this panel, I won't say who, dabble in leaks, right? So we kind of know what that movie looked like in its stages. Maybe, right? We maybe know what it looked like. It was a very different film, so I'm not surprised that maybe what they had for Doomsday, he said, hey, maybe I'm not the one. And I wonder if Downey had been like penned in to be Doom when they would do that, or if that was maybe right after.
If you line up the timeline, Chris Evans was interviewed by, I forget what outlet, after the reveal at Comic-Con, the big panel, they did a bunch of interviews, and he was stating that when they kept pitching him ideas for Nomad and just other stuff after Endgame, and he just kept turning it down. He was then told about Robert Downey Jr., and he started hearing all these other little things, and he's like, okay. So it sounds like he was always in the cards.
Yeah. Wow.
To play Doom. And I think the Kang Dynasty would not have had multiverse, like as intense as it is in Doomsday with the X-Men returning. I don't think that was the big play in Kang Dynasty. I don't think.
I'll say leaks were that Kang was coming to 616. I'll say that. It was going to be him versus this new crop of Avengers on 616. It wasn't going to really delve too much into the multiverse. It would have laid the seeds, but
so once you start bringing all that other stuff,
right?
In, that Destin's like, okay, this is too much.
This is a different. This is an entirely different movie than what I signed on for, right? So
he's kind of like a guy that likes character-driven stories. It's kind of hard to do that right away into like a huge team that you have to keep focusing on so many people. But
to go from Shang-Chi to that, I mean, the Russo brothers, at least there's 2 of them. You go to Civil War after Cap. That's a little bit of a expansion, and then you do Infinity War. Like so. Well,
he's got. They have 4 movies, right, with Marvel, so it's like they're very experienced.
But they slowly built up. They did
Winter Soldier.
Then they did Civil War with more characters, and then they did a bunch more characters in Infinity War, and then Endgame, of course, all these characters. Mm-hmm. But for Destin to go from we're gonna do Shang-Chi and Origins story, okay, now you're gonna direct an Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Yeah. Right.
Very different.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Good on him to be kind of self-aware though, of like, don't just rush and take whatever project they give you. Be like, nah, you know what? I think I'd be better for like a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
right.
Spidey.
He was right.
Right.
Spidey.
Yeah. When it comes to the movie though, like, there's one thing that I've kind of been thinking, since I saw it, and to me, this is the Spider-Man movie that kind of like came to my mind when we had first announced or heard that it was announced that Spider-Man was coming to the MCU. Like when I thought about Spider-Man in the MCU, what they did in this film was kind of my like thought that it was going to be, where he wasn't, as kind of Spider Boy, right? And so young, and the high school thing. I didn't mind doing the high school thing. I just think spending a trilogy, like looking back, especially now with this movie, I think maybe we spent a little bit too much time in high school. I don't think we needed 3 films for that. And the fact too that they try to say it was the plan all along. It was not a 3-movie origin story from the beginning. That I always call bullshit on that with No Way Home. That was not the plan from the beginning, but they like to say it was. So whatever.
Yeah, I think most people, they like the idea of him being back in high school, but once it actually is there, you realize you're like, I don't really care about this that much. At least to me, I don't really. I like it in the cartoon, the new Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man cartoon. I like, but
Yeah, because you have more time to develop his origin and develop these characters versus in a movie, you only have 2 hours.
Right.
That's right.
So and then that's it. The story's done for a few more years. So yeah, with a show you have more time.
Right.
Yeah, the formatting are different. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then even with the movie, with that, how you say you have more time for the origin if it's in that high school period, they didn't even do that in the movies. Like they skipped past the origin. He was already Spider-Man when we met him. No, so it was just kind of, I don't know, the decisions were kind of weird, I feel like, in that trilogy,
It's funny though, because it's been like that forever, because even in the first Toby and the first Andrew, they're like, we'll do high school in this movie, but then we're gonna leave it right away. Which I'm like, fine. Right. To be honest, because I don't really care.
Well, and even Toby's, that was like 30 minutes, the opening.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And then he was,
it's kind of hard to convince to stay. He's a teenager back then, too.
Right.
So.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Times, I guess.
With this film, like I said, this is just kind of everything. When I thought of Spider-Man in the MCU, I think this movie encapsulates everything. I think Frank, like that relationship with Peter and Frank is of every like secondary character that's been in Spider-Man's movies, I think their relationship was by far the best because it was more of a maybe older brother little brother relationship, but it was like more of a peer relationship rather than a mentor relationship, which is basically what it was for those first 3 films.
Yeah, because Frank does not want to be a mentor.
No.
Not at all.
No,
I don't even think he really wants to be friends with anyone. But Peter kind of pulls him into it. So,
and I like how people are like upset that they thought that Frank wasn't Frank. In this, like he's losing his edge. He's always going to be that way. But this whole notion of like Frank has to always be the Debbie Downer is ridiculous. I really think he needs to grow.
Yeah. God, I hate the internet talking like that. It's like, what happened to Frank? It's like,
I think it's the people that didn't watch One Last Kill. Like it's clear if they stick with that, that was his turning point for his character to be the Punisher and to go this new route of being the Punisher, but to not be that aggressive individual, right?
Yeah.
And so it makes sense that he's not like that. Now, if they go back to that again, it's going to be annoying. I think he should grow as a character. He can't just be the same guy.
No. Yeah. I mean, he's been doing this for like since Born Again or since season 2 of Daredevil. It's like the same shit over and over, which I still love those seasons of the show and the Last Kill. But you're right, Jordan. It's like, when can we just let him be different at least? Like something, please.
Let him try to find a way to live his life.
Exactly.
Right. Because before One Last Kill, he's having these visions, nightmares. He's screaming in his apartment in One Last Kill. And now here, he's in an abandoned kind of like, building with like boats and shit. But he's just chilling. And then he's out and about chasing a tank.
Yeah.
He's still Frank. It's just he's not secluding himself and not doing anything.
Yeah.
So
I think too, like, I liked that this is kind of the first time that we've seen Frank not in like origin revenge mode, because that was, like you said, Ian, they kind of had him doing the same things over and over again in the Netflix show. And then honestly, even in One Last Kill, that was my kind of complaint, is like, we're still taking out mobsters that killed his family. Like, how are we like almost 10 years later, or I think 10 years later actually, and he's still doing the same thing? I'm like, I don't understand how we're still here. So seeing him kind of being, even at the beginning scene, which has been all in the marketing, where there's that tank and he kind of rolls up. It's like, that's just him being the Punisher. We're not out on a revenge mission. We're not avenging the family. I like seeing that. And obviously too, this is a PG-13 movie, right? Like, he's not going to be Netflix, bashing people's heads in, John Wicking them with pens 26 times. Like that's just not going to be happening. But I still feel like they kept the essence of the character in general. Like, it still felt like the same character that we saw in all those other projects.
Mm-hmm. And you might see that in the future, but I don't think he's going to be like overkill on people. I think that is past him.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get justice for what he needs to do, but he's not going to be that same guy that's like basically Batman to the 10th power in terms of like, overkill,
Right.
Right. So
let's just go into spoilers then at this point on this section for anyone watching. Who
Peter
doesn't want to
Parker
be
is
spoiled.
Spider-Man.
He dies.
Damn it,
No.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And I think because I kind of just want to talk about specific scenes now. The scene on the boat, right, where him and Peter are talking, and he's like, "Hey, if my family and the people I love were still alive, I wouldn't be hiding behind a mask. I would be doing anything I can to be with them." Like that scene, I felt like perfectly encapsulated the old Frank that we had too. Like it wasn't. I don't know. Like anyone I think who watches this and thinks that Frank's character is in any way inconsistent with what we got, I just don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I think everything here was very consistent with what we got with him.
I think so.
Yeah. And then obviously too, the elephant in the room, the worst kept secret in the world, Jean Grey, Sadie
Sink is Professor X. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Wow.
Wouldn't it be crazy if she came out bald in a wheelchair? Like, oh, geez.
That's how no. That's that she's bald on the bus when she leaves.
Yeah, right. Yeah. She becomes.
And you're like, what
Professor
the?
X.
And then all the X-Men are bald.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this is Colonel. Absolutely, like that
yeah.
ending scene.
That shows
where-
character growth.
Right
Yeah.
there, where he accidentally shoots Peter. Like you could just tell the regrets.
And
That hit
he's
him
upset,
hard.
and he's like crying in the hospital.
Right.
He almost killed Spider-Man, and then he's like grabs the mask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that was
hilarious.
great.
Oh, that was so
great.
funny. Yeah, because he does that scream all the time. So I was like, the fact that he was like just having at it with the
He was all
Spider-Man,
excited.
it was so
Yeah.
great.
Mhm.
Yeah. And as long as you don't overdo that, I don't mind Punisher having a little bit of humor. Look, we got so much content with John Bernthal's Punisher that we can watch that's depressing as hell, violent as hell. Let's get him happy for a little bit. Like I want to see, like you said, Jordan, see something new. Like we don't need to keep retreading the same storyline and doing the same thing over and over.
People don't want characters to grow.
No, I don't think so.
They want him to stay consistent. It's like that's not true. In life, you grow.
Right.
Well, and that's what's funny about this too is that it's doing that for both characters because Peter's finally being able to grow into who he is now in this universe, and then John Bernthal's Punisher also gets to grow by having a relationship with someone he cares about now, where previously it's just the same shit over and over.
Yes.
Right.
So
Because all he interacted with was Daredevil.
Red.
And then and at a certain point, you have to like find a way to make that character grow. And I do think we're going to see Punisher soon. I do think we're going to see him again. Maybe not Daredevil season 3, but he's probably going to pop in another movie. I wouldn't be surprised if it's in Doomsday somewhere, like he's a street level character, or in Secret Wars. He is now proven he is a viable character in the movies. I won't be surprised if he pops up in Ghost Rider. Like there's so many opportunities for that character. And I really hope that Kevin Feige realizes that, because the popularity of this movie is on Spider-Man's shoulders, but you also got to give credit to the other characters that popped up that helped it hit that point.
yeah.
So I really hope John Bernthal, which he doesn't need it for his career, but I really hope that Kevin's like, look, maybe not a Punisher movie, but give him minor roles in other projects.
Right.
You give him something. Yeah.
I think too, like for me as a Punisher fan, it is very satisfying to know that Punisher is in a $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be more exposure for the character of Punisher than I think we've ever gotten. Like even what the Netflix series did with him being in Daredevil, like this is the most exposure he could have possibly gotten. And John Bernthal is great in the role, so I think people are going to finally want more of him. And to see him have these team ups with these characters, like you had mentioned before. But yeah, Gene, we gotta talk Gene, right? Because that was a very central theme to this movie. I think was the parallels.
You gotta say it right.
What was that?
You gotta say it right.
What did I say?
Gene.
Oh, Gene.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So
Trademark.
like the dichotomy and the balance between their story arcs, between Peter and Gene.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought was one of the best written things about this movie. I thought Sadie Sink was phenomenal in the film. I think I am so excited to see what she brings to that character going forward with the X-Men. One thing too we mentioned earlier was like how people are resonating with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I think it's because we've had so much time with him, right? And I'm excited to kind of see that on the X-Men side. Because yes, with those characters and those actors, we did get multiple movies with each version, but I don't really think we got into it as much as they could have, right? And
100%.
throughout all other projects, like now we have the opportunity for Jean and any of the X-Men, and then also their X-Men movies. So I'm curious to see what's going on here. Oh, Jesus.
No, don't worry about it.
No, that was funny, but you froze for a second. We're like, uh-oh.
Oh, sorry. Did you hear me at least, or was it just the video?
No, it cut out. It cut everything
out. Okay, sorry.
It cut out, and you just went, in the X-Men.
Yeah,
in the X-Men.
Yeah. To me, my X-Men, that's what I heard.
I was waiting for it to pop up. I was waiting for that theme to pop up.
I'm very much, though, looking forward to this character. I will say I was not 100% on board with the way that they utilized her character in the film, where essentially for really like 98% of the movie, she's the villain. Like, and I know has good reasoning. The actions in the movie, though, are still villainous. Like she's mind controlling innocent people. She took a construction worker and had him walk in front of a car. And I understand that the X-Men characters in general they kind of toe the line a little bit sometimes.
What are you talking about?
They toe the line, right? And when it comes to hero and villain. But, I don't know. I feel like it was a weird placement to introduce her here and to have such mystery. Like, I think that was more the marketing that I had a problem with than, like, how it was actually executed in the movie. Why have such mystery with this character? I didn't really think that made a difference, especially when it was pretty obvious who she was.
Yeah, it's because it's funny, Alan. We like humor,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Yeah, I guess. I mean, you leave it for musicians to spoil on the red carpet, and I'm kind of like, well.
I love that. I was like, everyone's like, Kevin Feige has a dot on his head right now.
Oh, he's dead. That guy's dead. He's in a dumpster in an alleyway.
He's swimming with the fishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sleeping with them fishes.
The woman who interviewed him was, I guess she does like live streams on Twitch or whatever. She actually talked about that thing. She's like, when he spoiled the Gene thing, I tried to give him an out, and he just ignored me. I'm like, we saw, trust me, we saw.
Yeah, he acted like no one was there.
Well, and she even said like no spoilers. Like she prefaced it with that, and he still was just like, Jean Grey, and I'm like, you idiot. Okay, like, what are you doing?
Question for the whole panel.
Mm-hmm.
After, like, now knowing officially she's Jean Grey, Jean, do you think they should have revealed it before the release that she was Jean Grey?
Yeah, because I think that, I know.
I would say.
I just don't think it played into the movie. Like the her identity was not this whole big mystery that was in the film like that. Like if it had been presented that way in the movie, where like, oh, we need to figure out who this is. It's like they figure it out like halfway through the movie after only a couple appearances from her. Like it wasn't. Right. I don't know. I just thought it was weird how they could have just announced it and then moved on from it and then she could have been more in the marketing, maybe not really answering questions per se, but I don't know. It was weird.
I think it's just Sony marketing. They love it. They love having like a secret going on for some reason. Yeah. Even lying to us sometimes too, like in Morbius. They're like, guys, do you see everything in the trailer that's on the movie?
Yeah, right.
With the deal that Marvel and Sony have, they both have to agree on marketing.
Yeah, that's fair. But
it felt a.
What do you think, go ahead. I'm curious.
Yeah, what do you think, Kyle?
I personally like. Obviously, I think I was like 95% sure it was Jean Grey before seeing the movie, even before the dickhead spoiled it on the red carpet thing. But I do actually kind of enjoy how they do it because they don't let it fester for too long, I'd say, because it's probably halfway through her story. Yeah, and then all of a sudden you see it on the screen when he's running her face or whatever the hell he was doing. I didn't mind it that they didn't necessarily announce it beforehand, because I don't know about your guys' theater, but when they showed Jean Grey for mine, nobody reacted really. It was kind of quiet for me.
Oh wow,
mine was I don't know. Yeah, mine was super quiet. Nobody even like kind of gasped or nothing.
Yeah, no one responded when they showed it on mine because I think everyone knew.
I was gonna say,
I don't think it would have added that much, to be honest with you. Maybe to even say she was Jean Grey before the movie.
I think I got some forced claps in my theater when it popped up. I'm like, okay, guys, you don't have to clap if you don't want to. I know it's fun to like.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense that you don't reveal her name.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because this is the start of the brand new franchise in the MCU. And do you just want to bury the lead by saying she's Jean Grey? I mean, you could have. I don't think it would have made a difference in the marketing in terms of revealing that she's Jean Grey, because all that would means is that Sadie's going to be asked a million times questions on Jean Grey, X-Men. The fact that she can't confirm or deny anything, it kind of helps in that sense, because the mysteries that think back on No Way Home. We know the villains were there. We didn't know officially if Toby and Andrew were in it. So that was the $1 million question. So it built more intrigue. And the movie made $260 million opening weekend. Yeah. So the fact that we didn't know for sure, even though that guy leaked it, that could have been bullshit. We don't know.
But the guy was Jamie Foxx, by the way.
No, I'm talking about the guy with Jean Grey.
Okay. Yeah.
No, Jamie Foxx revealed that, but that added more intrigue. Yeah. Then again, it didn't confirm it. He just posted fan art. Yeah, what I'm saying is, in this instance, we didn't know for sure. Right? There's all these little things. Ryan Reynolds wore a Jean Grey Deadpool suit.
It was almost too much, kind of.
Yeah. Yes, but I think that was the point. But Marvel is betting on the X-Men, the mutants being it's gonna be the next thing after Secret Wars. It's the mutant saga. That's the focus. So it makes sense. Don't do it. You know?
I think for me, like, the reason I just don't think I like the way they did it is because it kind of felt like they were just trying to artificially create the mystery, like how there was with No Way Home. Like you said, it was like we didn't really know about Toby and Andrew, and that was kind of leaked out, so that added to it. But it just felt like an artificial way. Like they had her do like the promo where like she was like, "Oh, I can tell you 3 things about my character." And it was like they were playing into it, and I'm like, okay, you know,
it builds anticipation, right? Yeah. Even if people knew going in, because before they say the name, based on the powers, based on certain things they're saying, okay, it's Jean. But you don't know for sure until the name pops up. But so I think that's why a lot of people are not responding, or like the force claps, Marvel. But I think it's smart.
No,
I'm not saying moving forward, if they have like say Cyclops in another movie before X-Men, that they do that every time. I just think in this instance, sure, don't reveal it. Then now she can talk about it. Now they can start talking more about the X-Men. But sure, in a Spider-Man movie, Jean Grey, that's interesting. Sure.
I was gonna say too, it probably only applies to us because I don't think this was something general audiences knew. But obviously, we all knew that they said, "Oh, she's gonna be in this one in Secret Wars." And I wonder if they didn't reveal the Secret Wars part, maybe it could have still been like up in the air to be like, "Are we sure she's Jean Grey?" Because then you wouldn't have like wondering, like, because you wouldn't cast Sadie Sink to be this character to come out in that movie later. You know what I mean? But it doesn't matter because that's not general audiences. I don't think they knew anything about that, so it didn't matter. You know.
I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I'll say it. Sadie Sink is the best actress to play Jean Grey in live action.
I think I agree. Yeah, it's not that.
I agree.
I like Famke. That's the
I do too.
Jean, and if they bring her back, hopefully in Secret Wars, if she's not in Doomsday, I'll love it. As someone who grew up on those movies, I will love it to death.
Yeah,
she's great. Sophie, no.
No.
She definitely wasn't Jean. She was just basically Game of Thrones, just carried over.
Sansa Grey.
Yeah. Sadie, in just that one scene in the third act where she has the guy captive and all that, and talking to Spider-Man, that alone, like, settled. She's the best. Yeah. I cannot wait to see her continue the role, and if we ever get to Dark Phoenix and actually do it right, she's gonna crush it. Oh yeah, I really hope we do one day.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And I think Feige too, like, he knows how disappointed that the fans were in both takes of the Dark Phoenix saga.
And just Jean in general, because kind of underutilized.
Right. So I think he knows that, and that's why this was the first character of the X-Men that he wanted to introduce and everything. Like I said, marketing wise, it was very smart. Just for me, I was like, I would have preferred better payoff in the movie. It was just like, oh, we need to figure out who this is. It's Jean Grey. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no shit, that's exactly how it went too.
That's like literally how it was in the movie. I was like, I would have appreciated a little bit more mystery than 5 seconds of keyboard clacking.
It would have been even funnier too to be dumbfounded, to be like, what's that say? Jean Grey. And then they couldn't finish it. It's like, okay, guys.
It's It's a J. There's a G. I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, but
I
agree.
I would
with
have
you.
appreciated a little bit more, but outside of that, I mean, marketing wise, there's no doubt that it was successful for the movie. Like you said, it created anticipation, got the buzz going. But I would have just appreciated, like with Toby and Andrew, that payoff was fucking insane in the theater when we saw it for the first time. So, okay, yeah. So let's move on. Hulk. What about Hulk? What do we think about his appearance? I want to say I hate Sony for constantly revealing everything in the trailers because they literally put both of his only 2 scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
And basically showed most of the fight scene through clips and TV spots and everything like that. But what do we think about Hulk? We'll start with you, Kyle. What did you think?
I love that we got the Savage Hulk, whatever you want to call him, back. I know in the comics and stuff, the Smart Hulk is, a big deal and he's there. I don't like it. I didn't like it in Endgame. Definitely didn't like it in She-Hulk. So the fact that I got the actual Hulk back in my eyes, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Ian? Would you think?
That's so funny. I was like, oh, where's Scar? I'm missing him right now.
Yeah, totally. That's definitely what we were thinking. Yeah,
I agree. No, I agree with Kyle. I agree that we all missed Savage Hulk because, like you said, I think they oversaturated Professor Hulk because at first it's kind of like it's okay, it's kind of a neat idea, but when you've like put it like you're forcing it down our throats, it's like, guys, we don't want this. And I agree. I don't really like it. I like the duality of being able to be like, I can't control this monster that's inside me sort of thing. And that's like the Jekyll Hyde thing, which I love more than like, oh, I could keep it in check, like with a basically technology I make myself. But no, it was great. It was cool to see the transformation from even Professor Hulk to the Savage Hulk being way bigger than the other one.
Yeah.
His scenes with Spider-Man, that was pretty cool to see on screen for the first time, to see those characters duke it out. Even Punisher kind of giving some like tickles to him and stuff. That was kind of fun. But no, I agree.
Shooting him. Yeah. He's tickle him to death. Yeah.
Tickling him a little bit. No, I loved it. I loved the way it looked. I'm just wondering what we're going to see him next, since they kind of just pushed him away somewhat out of the movie.
And Mark Ruffalo is we know his political views, so I don't think he's making people high up at Disney very happy right now. I don't like to think that that's going to take a play, but it's very weird that they ended him going to the loony bin in this movie and kind of being off somewhere. So hopefully that's not the case. People have speculated that might be happening. I'm like, I hope it doesn't.
I hope not.
Yeah. What about you, Jordan? What do you think about Hulk's inclusion here?
I think adding Bruce Banner made sense, especially with him trying to find a way to kind of dampen his powers. I don't think the Hulk thing was necessary, but with the fact that she's using whatever she can to kind of get in to go after, damage control, it makes sense in that instance to have Bruce, which, the inhibitor's off and he goes, Savage Hulk. It's cool shit. But at the end of the day, it's like, they could have just had Bruce.
Right.
But they needed to have an action scene with Punisher and Spider-Man working together. So sure, okay, it's fine. But I think adding just Bruce in general worked because he was trying to find a way to suppress his like more arachnid, the mutation that's growing. So like, I think it just made sense to go to the guy who actually found a way to suppress the Hulk. Yeah. And so I think story-wise it made sense. So
I agree. Yeah, I think the specifically, like you said, the Bruce scene where he goes and talks to Bruce about that. That made like the greater MCU feel earned in it, right? Like I don't want characters showing up just to show up and just to be in the movie. There was actually like a narrative purpose for him to go talk to Bruce. And that, like I said, the usage of the MCU there, that's what felt great about it. It was like, oh, I have a problem that I can't solve. Hulk's over here. He should be able to answer that for me. Let's go talk to Bruce. Which, there's always been complaints in MCU solo movies about like, oh, well, why didn't they just go grab this person to help with the problem or this person? It's like, no, this movie actually did that. And I actually really appreciated that. And then that fight scene I thought was great. Like just overall getting the Savage Hulk, the way it kind of played out with Jean manipulating him and messing with him and the dialogue. that I love that about Jean's characters. Like when she took over people and was talking to Peter. Like when she took over Frank, that was great.
Oh yeah,
he was like, "Good luck with that, Peter." And
kind of giving a sassy, like
a sassy Punisher. That was funny. So I like that with Hulk, the Savage, and then getting Savage Hulk for the first time basically since Age of Ultron. I mean, we got him in Ragnarok, but that was just Hulk, right? There was no both Bruce and Hulk. So yeah, it felt great to finally have that back. I love the scene too where they're fighting. Punisher and Spider-Man are fighting Hulk, and you have Punisher sliding underneath, and then he hits him with the gun. While doing the Punisher scream, that was so good. So yeah, I actually dug their inclusion. Like I said, I just wish that that wouldn't have been marketed, the Hulk scene, or at least like not the fighting portion of it. Even if you show the scene where he's standing over Peter and you see how big he is, I would have been cool with that. But Sony's gonna spoil the shit out of their movies for some reason all the time. So it's what it is.
Gotta love them. Gotta love them.
Yeah. And then so final thoughts on the movie. I'll just wrap up. At least for me. Writing in this film also as well was spectacular. I think the way the story plays out, it's just, especially compared to like what we got with No Way Home and like the setup there with the spell, I felt like this film was just much smoother, much more natural, really no plot holes or anything like that. So I just felt it was a very well-written movie. Daniel Destin Cretton, absolutely fantastic. I hope he does continue with Spider-Man 5, or at least is very heavily involved. But I love this movie, man. I love Spider-Man, and I feel like this one, more than any of the other Tom Holland movies, are uniting Spider-Man fans everywhere, and I love to see it. Yep. So yeah, any other final thoughts from anyone else?
It's kind of just whatever, to be honest. After all that shit we talked about, it's just whatever.
Just whatever,
Yeah.
We're all good.
Cool.
That's good.
Cool. Then we'll go ahead and move on. We're going to talk about San Diego Comic-Con in general. First, let's take off that banner then, so we're not blocking your head there, Jordan. So we're going to talk San Diego Comic-Con. We'll go through some of the news that came out of San Diego Comic-Con. So let me scroll all the way to the bottom here because I have 15 fucking bookmarks at this point since the last show. Let's see here. Okay, so before we kind of get into the news, I just wanted to talk about, at least me and Jordan, our experiences with San Diego Comic-Con. I got to cuddle with you for 5 days.
Hell yeah, you did.
That was really great. Sorry, Shelby, if you're watching, but yeah, I stole your husband for a couple days.
She's not.
She's probably not though. But yeah, I was gonna say my wife's not watching either, so I get it.
My wife's watching. Don't you worry.
Oh, there you go. There we go.
Wait, you have a wife?
In spirit, yeah.
Okay, I was wondering. Are you married? I didn't know that.
Something new.
No.
Yeah.
I'll let y'all know when I am. Don't you worry.
Trust me, we'll know.
Yeah, we'll know. But yeah, San Diego Comic-Con, I mean, that was literally one of the greatest experiences I've ever had. So much fun. So much stuff going on. Like, there are so many people there. Even the expo floor with all the booths and everything there, it's it is overwhelming how much stuff there is to do there. I went to I feel like it was 25 panels. Saw a bunch of people there. Obviously got to meet Jordan and a lot of the console people. So that was really, really great. So yeah, just an overall great experience and one I would hopefully like to turn into a yearly thing. We'll see though, if my pockets can handle that, and go from there. Yeah. Jordan, how about you? How did you feel about your first time going to San Diego Comic-Con?
It was a lot. But I appreciate that I went, and I really want more people to go. I want Kyle, Ian to go. Yeah. I think it'd be great to have more people go to actually experience it because it is insane. The panels was really interesting. I wasn't expecting to do that many panels, but I think you need to kind of split up your time from on the booth floor and actual panels to kind of experience as much as possible. You get to see people who are, of course, working and making the shows and TV shows and movies that you enjoy, and it's just really cool that we were able to kind of see those people and to hear them talk and to see exclusive shit at certain panels. So it's fun. It's fun to do. It's just getting used to the actual building itself. That's the thing. But once you get the hang of it, it's a breeze. I think it's just pretty simple where you have to go. But yeah, it was great. It was great seeing a lot of people, meeting a lot of people for the first time in person, avoiding someone like the plague. This is good. It's good shit, man.
No names mentioned, but yes.
No,
yes.
no.
No, yeah, it was great. I was really glad too. Like on preview night, we met up with Ronan, and he kind of showed us the whole lay of the land of the convention center. I'm so grateful I did that, because like I would have been completely lost. Like if we would have walked in there on Thursday with nothing, I would have not known where to go, where anything was, and I would have probably been so overwhelmed, because even though preview night was pretty busy, it was not nearly as busy as Friday, Saturday, where I wasn't there Sunday, but not nearly as busy as it was on the actual days of. So, if you guys end up ever going, it's like, go to preview night. We'll kind of show everyone, the lay of the land. And
because if there's certain panels you want to go to and shit, we'll show you roughly where you have to go.
To
find it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's half the battle, is like knowing where everything is, right? Because you get this booklet of every panel, and like I would study that thing every night and be like, okay, I'm doing this, and this the next day. But like if I didn't know where that stuff was, I wouldn't really be able to plan it, because it's like some of these panels are, there's Hall H, there's Ballroom 20, there's some of the smaller panels and everything. And like if you don't know where you're going, you're just going to get lost, and there's a million of them. So it was really great though. It was such a good experience to just geek out for a couple days, and I got to do Hall H for 2 days, which I didn't even think I was going to do it at all going to it, and so the fact that I was able to do it for Thursday and Friday, just alone, that was a highlight of my life right there. I know you did it Thursday, right, Jordan? Yeah,
Thursday.
Not Friday though. That's right.
No.
And then I just didn't want to spend my entire Friday worrying about Saturday, because that was crazy with
there's no guarantee you were actually going to get in.
Yeah, especially after what came out. Supposedly there was like counterfeit wristbands and all that, and
Comic-Con is saying no. I'm like,
I'm like, okay, well, it's either counterfeit wristbands or they gave out too many. That's just what it is. Either way,
happened,
there was a fuck up. Something got messed up, and people couldn't attend when they were supposed to. So okay, so we'll kind of just get into the stuff. First thing that came out, even though it wasn't at a panel, was another trailer for Clayface. Did you guys watch this trailer?
Yes.
So this is our third trailer?
I think so.
Okay. No, actually, unfortunately, I did not. But I like these stills I'm seeing, though.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was. It's the second one I've watched. So if there was a third, I was like, he does kind of look like Pennywise with those cuts there. Yeah. No, I liked it. Like I said, I'm very interested in this project, being a mega horror fan. A little confused as to why it's, one of the first 5, or I don't know if this is number 4 or 5 projects in the DCU. I'm like, hey, that's, maybe not the choice I would have made. But what can I say? Any excitement at all for this film, or do we all hate it and we're not going to watch it?
Dude,
the trailer. I mean, I'll check out the movie when it comes out. But
God, I'm excited. It's the thing too, though. I agree with you, where it's like, okay, interesting to put Clayface before anything else, but as a horror fan, it does like draw me in more than anything. So I'm excited.
There was some body horror sequences that I was like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah.
I'm looking at that hand. I'm like, that's gnarly, dude.
Yeah,
love that.
Yeah.
It's kind of disappointing there wasn't an actual panel for it.
Right. Especially, look, I love the Lanterns panel. We're going to talk about that in a minute. They showed a shitload of shit for that, and but I feel like it would have been nice to kind of maybe do like a overall DC and add some of this in there too. But What about you, Kyle? What are your thoughts? You excited?
Yeah, no. I mean, again, as a horror guy, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm slightly worried about maybe just the overuse of CGI once he becomes, the monster.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that like 80 to 90% of this movie is just kind of him still as a human, maybe trying to keep it together, and then maybe at the end you get like the
body horror
transformation. Yeah. But I mean, the trailers look really good. I mean, again, you put Mike Flanagan's name attached to this movie in whatever way. I'm there day one.
Yeah, that was the thing too, like about this that makes me excited, is Mike Flanagan. I love Mike Flanagan. We're going to talk about that too in a little bit here on another project that he's got coming. But super excited. But again, as a DCU project, I don't know. I'm a little like,
We'll let Jimmy John do what he needs to do. We'll see.
Jimmy John.
That is the show I have like the least amount of interest in watching, to be honest. I know Phil. I don't know if Phil's watching, but I know he will probably watch that show into oblivion. So I'm all for it. I can't wait to hear everyone's reactions to it.
Yeah, I hope Grodd's the same he is in The Flash. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
I love that Grodd.
Yeah. Well, sadly, he was in a universe that James Gunn didn't have any part of it, so he's it's going to be a new version. So
yeah.
All right, so we'll move on. Zach Kreger kind of had a panel thing for Resident Evil there. It was through Discord, I guess. It was like an event that was off-site and kind of, talked about some things. They did drop the trailer. I thought it looked fantastic. I don't know if any of you guys saw it.
I did see that one.
Yeah, I'm super excited as a hardcore fan of the Resident Evil games. I think this movie is going to be great. I think they're in good hands with Zach Kreger. Particularly this shot here from the trailer where they kind of show that like this is going to incorporate having to look for weapons and ammo. It's not going to be typical horror movies where we have limited assets. Like that's going to play into it, and people complaining about how this isn't faithful to the games. I don't think they know what the hell they're talking about.
They'll always complain, bro.
Right. Particularly in this series when the entry that kind of revived the franchise was Biohazard back in 2015, which was completely original story in the universe, but people want to complain about it. Bitch for what reason, I don't know why. So what were your thoughts, anyone who saw the trailer, about it? Sorry.
Oof. I'll let Kyle go if he wants.
Zach Kreger. That's all he had to tell me. The guy's made Barbarian and Weapons. I'm going to be there day one. Plus, I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. Yeah. I don't need the movie to follow the game. If I want the game, I'll go play the game. I don't need to see that necessarily on the screen. Besides The Last of Us, I was okay with them doing that shot for shot for the first season. But, I think it looks great. And you attach his name again, similar to Mike Flanagan, put his name on anything, I'm going to be there day one.
What about you, Jordan? Are you like, are you even familiar? Like, do you play the Resident Evil games? Are you familiar with anything?
I've played a couple.
Okay.
I'm not. I have not seen the newest trailer. For me, it's like the Resident Evil films. They like upgraded a bunch, with Mila and shit. I have the whole entire like series on Blu-ray, like really cheap. And I was like, I'll watch these one day, and I just never got around to it. But
don't.
That's awesome.
I mean, I will as a completionist just to watch the franchise.
Me too. Yeah.
But I like the fact that Zach is doing something different because I think with the past film attempts they've not done well. So I think it just makes sense for him to do something different and let him try something different. And I respect that he is, because the last thing we got Resident Evil wise, I think, was the show on Netflix, and that was good.
Yeah.
You're the only one that remembers. That's crazy.
That thing was. I always forget about it. It was such a piece of dog shit.
It was bad.
I didn't even watch it. That's
yeah,
how bad
don't.
It was.
Yeah, that one don't.
Oh, I love that.
Maybe, but that one no. Yeah.
Didn't even watch it. There's a lot of shit I don't watch. But so I respect the fact that he's trying something different and the fact that he's sticking with it. He wanted to do something on his own. It's in the universe. So what that it doesn't feature a bunch of characters that you want to see? It's like we don't need that. They've already tried that. It didn't work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Welcome to Raccoon City. The last movie was exactly that. Right. They wanted to faithfully adapt the first and the second game. Now, I think that was an inherent problem with that movie, because I think you should have separated them and made them two separate movies if you're going to do that. But that movie wasn't good either, right? So it doesn't really matter if you're faithful to the game or not. If you're making a shit movie, it's still going to be garbage, regardless if it's faithful or not. I wanted to read this quote, though, because he said, "I took liberties to tell a story that I wanted to tell and make the movie look the way I wanted it to look. I think it looks really fucking cool to see a horror movie in the snow." That complaint I really don't understand, because the games fans of the franchise are like, "Oh, it's in the snow. It can't take place during Resident Evil 2." I'm like, okay, guys, like, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't care if it takes place in Resident Evil 2. Give me a good Resident Evil movie, because if he does that, he will be the first one to do it.
No, Alan, it's trash. No Leon Kennedy. I need Leon Kennedy.
Yeah, who? Cool. Like you're gonna go get the guy that you got in the last movie that doesn't even look like Leon Kennedy. Okay, thank you.
God,
Like,
I love impersonating RE fans that just hate their own franchise.
Right. I'm like, do you? And again, it boggles my mind because again, this franchise was revived. It was on the brink of death. And then in 2015, Biohazard came out, and that is a completely original story that has one original character at the very end of the fucking game, and he's in it for 2 minutes, and it's actually not even Chris. So you know what? I don't want to hear it. I hate hearing it. And when you have someone, nobody has ever been as talented as Zach Kreger doing a Resident Evil movie.
Yes.
Shut up, see it first.
Not even close.
Not even close. Shut up, see it first, and then if it's bad, fine, we'll talk. But it's not going to be bad because it's fucking Zach Kreger. Okay.
Yeah, Zach Kreger needs to take creative liberties with this, and that's what I like he's doing,
right.
dude. If I just I like that he just is like, it looks cool in the snow. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad he put it in the snow because it looks cool in the trailers. So that's cool.
And everything that we've seen from this movie looks good. There's nothing in it besides the fact that it's not game accurate in it that indicates to me it's going to be bad. So
yeah, I think it'll do good. We're gonna enjoy it, so it's whatever.
Right.
It's just the internet once again saying, "Hey, we want it a certain way." Okay, you got it a certain way a couple years ago. We didn't like it. We want something different. Okay, he's giving something different.
Right.
Those are many fandoms, but RE fandoms specifically a lot.
Well, and it's been it's been the last couple of years, and I think it's because we're coming off of Requiem, right? Mm-hmm. Which was with Leon, and he was brought back to the franchise for the first time since 6. We're on a high. Requiem was great, so we're on a high of an original character game. But even in that game, it was split 50-50 with Grace, who was a brand new character. It's like, this can be done. It has been done in this franchise before. So, I don't know, man. I just, like you said, I think no one hates Resident Evil games more than the fans of Resident Evil. So, I'm just like, whatever. All right, so we'll go ahead and move on just so we can kind of go through these announcements that happened. I was actually in attendance for this panel. They announced Blade Runner. Well, it didn't announce it. It's already been announced. But they showed footage. They showed a trailer, and they showed a brand new clip for Blade Runner 2099, which is going to be a limited series on Prime Video, and it's releasing all of its episodes at once. I don't have the release date on file, but it looks fantastic. They basically gave us a breakdown of this plot and what it is. Essentially, the replicants have taken over. They've taken over the universe. Michelle Yeoh is a replicant, and Hunter Schafer is not. Which, I'll be honest, when I first heard that Hunter Schafer was cast in this project, I was like, oh, she's going to be a replicant. 100%. That's what 100%. That subverted my expectations when I heard that, and they announced that there. And then they showed a clip as well with kind of like a confrontation scene between both of those characters. And I cannot wait for this. I love Blade Runner 2049. I'll be honest, I'm a late Blade Runner fan. I didn't get into Blade Runner until that movie, essentially. So I'm not as high on the original as a lot of other people are. But I am very excited to see what they do with this show and in this universe as a whole, and if we continue or not from here. So I'll go down the list. Kyle, did you watch the trailer for Blade Runner 2099, and what do you think?
I did not watch the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I did see it was announced. I also do love Blade Runner 2049.
Okay.
I used to kind of force myself to think I loved the original Blade Runner until I watched it when I was in high school, and I'm like, it's good, but I don't think it ages super well. But yeah, I mean, all I know is just from these pictures right here, but it looks awesome.
Oh,
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Especially seeing it in Hall H on like a huge screen, it looks gorgeous. Like I'm all for this. I'm very, very hyped for this. Ian, what about you? I saw you kind of like compulsing over there when I brought up the images. So.
Oh my god, dude! I love it. I heard this was something that was already like announced that they're doing this, and I was like so hyped to even have a new Blade Runner live action since 2049. It's 50 years after that, and it's cool because there's no in between content. So this is a fresh thing that they're just going to have all the reign to do whatever they want. Yeah. Especially since you brought it up, the plot having replicants take over now. That's insane. I love that so much. Hunter Schafer is great casting. Michelle Yeoh is great casting. I love. It looks beautiful. It looks great. I'm a big fan of the comic books they've been coming out with too. They've been coming out with Origins, 2019, 2029. That Black Lotus anime is awesome. I love it. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
You're also not wrong there.
yeah.
But no, it excites me to no end. 2049 is a great movie. I'm a big fan of the original too. I know it's like you said, I have heard that opinion, which is fine because I get it. I get the 82 movies like it's a little dated, but I just love this universe, so I'm just so excited. So I will take any Blade Runner content, and I love 2099 the way it looks and what we're gonna get. So.
What about you, Jordan? Did you get a chance to watch the trailer? I know you weren't there, but
I did not. I have not seen a Blade Runner movie, so I
really okay.
Yep, I have no clue. I did try to watch the original Blade Runner back probably a couple years ago, and I fell asleep 20 minutes in. Not because I was bored, I was just tired. I don't know why I started a movie, but I was just stupid.
Well,
I mean, off these images looks interesting, and I've heard people say 2049 is great, the movie.
Mhm.
So I think one day I will check them out. I just haven't got around to do it. I do unfortunately have to go.
Yeah. Oh, you're good. Yeah.
It's been a long day, and I have to get up early as hell. But it looks cool. It looks interesting. And Michelle Yeoh, I think she needs a win.
Right.
Yeah.
Because her last movie I saw, Star Trek Section 31. Holy Jesus, that movie was horrible.
Yeah.
And I felt bad that they sent me a screener for that because I'm like, wow, guys, I got to watch this disaster early. And it's horrible. My God.
I get to put up my review shitting all over it early. Thanks, guys.
I said at the beginning, like, yeah, thanks, guys, thanks to Paramount Press for sending me this early to check out for review for you guys. Okay. Yeah. So Michelle Yeoh needs a win, and she's great. She's great in what she does, but so I'm glad that she's getting an opportunity to do a show like this, and it's good that they're saying limited series because the internet. Yeah. We want more. It's
right.
That wasn't the plan.
Right.
So
for sure.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, yeah, it was great to have you on. I can't wait to do this. Where can we find you, Chainsaw?
Let me get in the middle here a second. Actually, on the vertical side here.
Right. Yeah.
Chainsaw Reacts, of course, Council Creators every Wednesday, right there. Council Creators. We'll be live tomorrow. We have 2 new guests potentially tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm uploading a bunch of content, guys, and I'm going to be uploading probably more content because I gotta start making more money. Unfortunately, bills. I gotta start paying for shit because Comic-Con's coming up. I might be going to a Detroit Horror Con at the end of this month. I got invited as press, but I haven't confirmed that yet, so I got to figure that out. But thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate
it.
Absolutely,
love to have you on.
After X-Men's over, I can definitely do this more often and sound all the time. It's just I get it. 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Damn them for dropping that in the middle of the night like other shows do. Yeah.
I wish it was back like during when they did Ahsoka season 1. They dropped that shit at 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
Like, okay, this is good. It's like TV. It's like you just stay up, watch it, and I can get it out. But
right.
But thank you, Alan, for having me on.
Absolutely.
Talk with you, Kyle and Ian. Also, Ian, your ring is going to be in the mail soon. Not a wedding ring. I got him a lantern ring.
The lanterns, yes. I know he was asking about that.
Yeah, I got that packed up. But yes, and hopefully we'll see Kyle and Ian at Comic-Con next year.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
But anyways, I'm done rambling. Thank you guys for having me on. Bye, guys.
Thank you for being on.
Night, Jordan.
Bye.
Okay. Oh, nope, wrong one. There we go. So yeah, we'll go back to 2049 or 2099. Sorry, I get those confused. I don't remember where we left off, but I feel like I had something to say.
You could say what you were going to say. I think we kind of are wrapping up on our thoughts
on that. Yeah. But yeah, no, the clip they showed at Hall H for this was fantastic. It's basically a scene. So Hunter Schafer is essentially going to be on the run from Michelle Yeoh in this season, and there gets a scene where she it must be early, I imagine, if they showed it to us at Comic-Con, where she kind of captures her, and then they have like a back and forth dialogue about what the world is now and everything like that. So man, like I said, I was excited because I loved Blade Runner 2049. I think that's one of the better sci-fi action films of the last 10 years, I would say. But this got me like infinitely more hyped for this show than I already was. Yeah, that was true. They right off rip announced it was a miniseries, which I thought was kind of cool, right? Because I feel that's actually what I was going to say. I feel like we will get more if this is successful. Maybe not from this show in particular, but this world as a whole. Which I like that we're kind of investing in the Blade Runner universe. So
yeah.
All right, so we'll go ahead and move on to the other topics and the other stuff that was announced. Obviously, big Lanterns panel out there. I'm going to play this video really quickly.
I have to record this on my phone. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to do this again, guys.
Shall we, gentlemen? In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let all who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
Woo!
So there was a big panel for Lanterns. They had Nathan Fillion, Aaron Pierre-Paul, Jesus, what's his name? Kyle Chandler, who plays Hal Jordan. Yeah. They all came out and they showed us 7 clips for the show.
7 clips.
It was insane. A lot of people had speculated that maybe before the panel itself, like we were speculating that maybe they were going to show us the first full episode. Because I guess last year they did that for Alien Earth, where they had shown the first full episode. I kind of was like, hey, I don't know, maybe because spoilers in the first episode, and they don't want to reveal that. Mm-hmm. So they instead showed us like 7 different clips. All of them were incredible. I was a little bit skeptical about this show in general, just because I thought it was, maybe a little weird to do Green Lanterns for the first time since the movie in a TV show. But now I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that this is going to be fantastic. The chemistry between Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre as Hal and John, that's going to be the thing that absolutely carries this show week to week. Hal is hilarious. Like the version of Hal that Kyle Chandler is playing here. There were a couple of jokes, and I think they released a clip. It was yesterday or something. It was like an interrogation clip. He was hilarious in that scene, and I just loved the vibe that we got. I know they released that trailer as well. They started off the panel showing us that, and then went into the clips later on during like questions and stuff like that. Did you guys have a chance to watch the trailer, and if so, what did you think?
Yeah, I watched whatever they released at Comic-Con or whatever, the trailer that they put out. I've come out and kind of said, I said in the Discord, because a lot of people were complaining here and there about stuff. I don't know shit about Green Lantern.
Oh, I don't either. Yeah.
I don't know anything besides him showing up like in the animated Justice League,
right?
And the Ryan Reynolds movie. I don't know any lore or anything about the Green Lanterns, but the trailer looks good. I'm interested. I like all the names involved in it. Like that it's on HBO as well. Usually they don't miss much on their TV, so
they're actually. I don't know if this is going to be TVMA, but there was a lot of cussing. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Really? Hal's character, like where he is in this journey, he's very he's very hardened. He's a veteran at this point. And basically he's training John. So he knows that really the Corps want him to train John to be his replacement. And he's very aware of that. And he makes it as hard as possible for John. I'll say that. And yeah. Ian, what did you think? Did you see the trailer? And are you excited? I mean, I know you're getting a Lantern's ring, so I imagine you're excited, but what did you think?
No, I love the trailer, man. I think it's also not just for well, I wasn't super skeptical. I was pretty already on board once I saw the first trailer, but this one just solidified, like it washed away even any lick of like just anything I was kind of still skeptical about, because we're getting much more Green Lantern-esque things in the second trailer that they showed us. That first one was like, it was still cool, but it was just obviously much more minimal with like what they were showing, and just like more of that mystery side, which they did show here. I mean, dude, come on, Sinestro. God, come on. Yeah. But no, it's really cool. They bring up the hunter, what's it called? The headhunters? The Manhunters. And then, I don't know, I've been hearing theories. I like the theories I've been hearing about like Red Lantern showing up, possibly, and those are cool. But no, like you said, the chemistry, like the dynamic between Hal and John is like really good on screen, it looks like, from the trailer. I'm really liking that that Hal is a very hardened guy, so he's kind of like, he's very much not putting up with shit kind of thing.
Right, yeah.
Just being a lot more hard on John to try to train him because he's like, I don't even know if you deserve the ring and blah blah blah, kind of thing. So
yeah. And
so
again, I don't want to spoil what I saw, but like they really go into like who John is at this point, who Hal is, and like how different they really are, and why essentially they're looking to get John ready, right? And why the Corps picked him. And it's I have no doubts about this show whatsoever anymore. Even if it's not like very high Green Lantern action, just based off of their dynamic, that's going to carry the show for I think it's 8 episodes. I don't know, however many episodes it goes, that's going to carry it.
It's fair to say that I think if it's successful and then they put John in like the next like bigger movie, I'm sure we're going to get a solo film.
Well, he is confirmed as well for Man of Tomorrow already.
Yeah. So like we're going to get more of him in a big like blockbuster movie. So we're probably going to see more, hopefully, of like a film itself. But there's a good stepping stone to get us back into the Lantern lore and everything. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I agree. I know you're not into Green Lanterns too much, Kyle, but will you be watching the show?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. No, it looks definitely good enough for where I'm like, I definitely want to check it out. And if, with this DC universe continuing, I feel like I kind of need to.
Right.
But yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, fair. Okay, cool. So we'll move on. Luckily, as well, I was able to attend a panel with Mike Flanagan, the entire cast of Carrie. Matthew Lillard was there, so that was really cool to see him in person. And they talked about Carrie. Can you guys see the video playing or no?
No.
Did it do the same thing with the lanterns thing? Okay, I don't know if that's some screen sharing for StreamYard, but whatever, we'll roll with it. I didn't want my thing to get copyrighted anyways from the trailer playing, so it's
true.
Cool. So they showed us the trailer that they released online of Carrie. Mike Flanagan and the cast came out to essentially talk about like how different this version is going to be compared to previous iterations of Carrie. They then showed, I believe it was 4 clips from the show. So everything I saw, I was really on board with. I really loved the trailer that they released. Same thing with this. I believe they are dropping all episodes on October 7th when it releases on Prime Video, which, not a huge fan of, obviously, but it makes sense with Flanagan because he obviously used to be on Netflix, and that was kind of how all those shows dropped over there. But yeah, I'm super excited for this project. I don't know where it is, but I do have a poster that they handed out from the panel that I am going to get put up back here pretty shortly. So we'll kind of go around and see and talk to everyone else, see what they thought. Kyle, did you see the trailer? And if so, are you excited for this Carrie series that's coming?
I did see the trailer, and yes, I'm very, very excited about it. Especially as a guy, I'm not the biggest fan of the original Carrie movie. Like, it's fine, it's whatever. Yeah. There you go, Ian.
There you go.
But yeah, the show looks great. It looks like there's great production behind it. Obviously, I think his TV is definitely where he kind of flourishes. Even though like Doctor Sleep's great and stuff like that too. But I think he just makes great television. So I'm there.
Great. Yeah. What about you, Ian? How do you feel about it?
Yeah. No, I do like the original film. That I didn't like any of those remakes. Of course. And
no, it was great. What are you talking about?
But the show looks great. I like that they're going in a different direction, definitely, than the source material a little bit, because they're definitely putting on this like. Well, first off, it's in modern day, which is kind of neat, and then I don't know. They seem to be changing some things that I like. Just more of that weird message that they're like wondering if she's the villain or she's the good guy, bad guy kind of thing. I like that kind of like trying to guess that, as well as like, I don't know. I've been hearing conflicting things. I don't really mind it, but people were kind of saying like, oh, why isn't her mom like this like fanatic, like the way she is in the original, which I get that, and I actually don't think that that's not necessarily going to happen because we don't really get a lot of her in the trailer, but maybe because you've watched some clips.
Yes, so. I was going to say, so they obviously she's worked with Mike Flanagan for a long time. She played Beverly in Midnight Mass, who was a very like fanatical character, right? And everything. So they talked about that. They did show a clip too, actually, that she was a part of. One with an interaction with the principal of the school, who's played by Matthew Lillard, and then one with Carrie at home. Okay. And that aspect that you're talking about, Ian, yes, they didn't show it in the trailer. It's going to be present. I will say that. I don't know if it's going to be as like over the top and crazy as it was in the original, but it's there. He definitely will have that in there. But he did make it very clear in this panel. This is a different interpretation. We're not trying to redo what the classic did. I'm going in my own direction, and we're trying new things here, which I appreciate. Look, I love Mike Flanagan. I think I don't love everything he does. Right? I think he had a couple of misses on those Netflix shows, but I still think he's great, and I still think, especially here, from what I've seen, he's going to do fantastic. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. And I love Mike Flanagan. So
Mike gives us hope. We're not gonna stray away.
I mean, if this was someone else, maybe not as credentialed. And maybe that's why I'm giving this more faith than I have in it, because it's Mike Flanagan. Like if it was anyone else, maybe I'd be like, I don't know. The last couple haven't been great. So you never know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move on. We're gonna kind of try to get through these as quickly as we can, because there's a bunch. So now we'll go to the Marvel panel. First thing that was announced at the panel, I kind of put them in order here so we can talk small to big. They did show the trailer for the Avengers Endgame re-release that is now titled Avengers Endgame Encore. There wasn't really any new footage or anything shown in this trailer that they showed at San Diego Comic-Con. I was not in attendance, sadly. I wish I was, looking back at it, but I was not. They didn't show any new footage, but there are people who did a description of the trailer, and they said that it really kind of focused in on Cap's journey returning the stones.
Okay.
So in my mind, when I hear that, and that's what they're kind of, building that trailer around, it makes me wonder if that, because we've heard, with this re-release, they're going to add some stuff in. We're DLC patching the movie, right, to make it make more sense with Doomsday. So a part of me wonders if we're finally going to get that stone return journey with Steve in this movie, and that is kind of the thing that will bridge the gap between Endgame and Doomsday. What do you guys think about that? Do you think I'm maybe onto something here? And will you be going when it gets re-released?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'd like to say maybe I'm not, but I'm
I'm going. Especially once they announce there's new footage for Doomsday too. Right. There, I'm like, I'm going. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking I might drag the wife to go watch that one. Just be like, hey, if you want to see Doomsday, you don't need to watch all that other shit. Just watch this one, and then we'll roll into the other one. Yeah, no. I mean, sure, it's good. I mean, I love the movie, so it's not going to be any worse.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. And what about you, Ian? Do you think I am correct? Maybe that's the new stuff we're going to get here. That's going to be the bridged gap.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think you're right. Because I was also watching some other people cover this, and it sounds like what we might be getting is that. And I'm excited for that, because that's definitely something in the trailers that seems like that people are really theorizing about, whether or not, Steve have gone through that journey and where we are with him and there in that point in time and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. Again, it gives me an excuse to watch Endgame in the big screen again. I at least
4 times, but why not for a 5th? Let's go.
Exactly. So at least it's something that is worth going to watch, just because you're like, okay, we get new footage. It's going to lead right into Doomsday. I keep hearing different things people say about oh yeah, this is gonna, or how is it being said? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like people are like, this is gonna basically directly go follow up. Yeah, basically, which I think that makes sense. I mean, sometimes I think Marvel understands that not everyone's going to be watching every single other project that they came out with afterwards. So I'm like, no, that's fair. I get it. But no, I'm excited. I can't wait to see it. I'm a shill, so of course I'm going to go watch it. Come on. Don't do that to me.
Yeah, right. Honestly too, I think them saying that, where it's basically Doomsday is the follow-up to Endgame, it is kind of them admitting defeat a little bit, right? It feels like, you don't really have to watch all that other stuff we did, even though there's characters obviously in there, so it's it directly does connect to those as well, but I just, I'm like, wow, that's kind of admitting defeat a little bit to me, and especially since you're DLC patching the movie to make it connect even more, you're like, okay, that's a little weird. But yeah, the Stones theory thing, I'm like, that's always kind of been the thing. Like we've always said, like, oh, they should do a Disney Plus special where it's Steve's journey returning the stones and everything like that. So I'm like, I could definitely see them instead being like, okay, never mind, we're not going to do a Disney Plus, because there was a rumor that was actually in the works, like to be a Disney Plus special, like a special presentation or whatever. So I wonder if they were like, okay, let's not do that. Let's do this re-release, add it in there as kind of a way to do that without having to do a whole production from it. And then go from there. So yeah, I'll go ahead.
I was gonna say we don't have a confirmed runtime, right?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Or no. I think they said 7 extra minutes of footage. I think that was. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not too much, right? So that's why I'm like, okay, it's probably a stinger at the end where
it's probably right
they go into it, right? And that happens at the end, right? Is him going back to take the stones back. So.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be weird though, because then that basically is going to confirm that they all live from Doomsday and Secret Wars, because Old Man Cap has to travel back to give
Sam the shield.
Give him the shield. So I'm like, oh well, you kind of spoiled your movie, 10 years before it happened. So I guess whatever.
We'll see. I guess.
Yeah. So we'll see. All right. Let's move on to the first very big announcement that was announced at San Diego Comic-Con. Ghost Rider, baby. Ryan Gosling is Ghost Rider. This has been speculated and rumored for I feel like since Endgame. Like it's been a thing. So they finally got it locked down. They finally announced it. Okay, I can't. The comment section is killing me here. It's finally coming true, guys. No kidding.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. Or I didn't even link a thing here, but yeah. So they're doing a Ghost Rider movie. It's coming out in 2028.
Hopefully,
Sean Levy is directing. That's the part I'm like, okay, I didn't really want that, but
yeah.
Oh, actually, hold on 1 second.
Yeah,
there it is. That's what I'm talking about. Ryan Gosling is Ghost Rider, movie directed by Sean Levy. Okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that and if you don't mind me getting into it right away.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
We talked about it on Council. I love Sean Levy. He's not like, he doesn't give me hits all the time, but he's given me pretty big hits for me.
He's very consistent. Very consistent. Yeah.
But he's not the Ghost Rider director, man. I don't think he adds those elements that I need to see in a Ghost Rider movie. I need I just kind of want a horror director. I'm not saying this needs to be full horror again. Like, I don't expect it to be. It needs to be very much action heavy too, but or which you have it in horror, of course. But like what I'm saying is that it still needs to be superhero-y, but I want a lot more horror. But Sean Levy, I don't think is going to give it to us like that. I don't think so. I mean,
the tone should be just darker.
Yes, I agree. And Sean's just much more like jokey. Like, I know people bring up Stranger Things for some reason. I'm like, guys, that's barely dark. Even the things that he did direct on that is barely any of that. So it's I don't even want to bring that up as like a example. But let's see. I mean, Ryan's really enthused about him being the director. Of course, they pitched it together apparently. So I'd be surprised. I'd love to be surprised. I'd really, really love to be surprised. But Sean's not like the most, like, he's not the one that I'm like, oh yeah, the best guy to handle this. So
that's definitely not the one that I would have thought of, right? And I think we talked about it on Console before. There's definitely another name that would have made more sense, right? And everything. Before we get into that, Kyle, what did you think? Were you excited when you heard this news? And on both fronts, on Ryan and on Sean being the one to direct.
On the Ryan side, I'm very excited. I think that's a great casting. I mean, the guy, he's maybe one of the most likable people in Hollywood too. So the movie's gonna make a lot of money. Sean Levy, I like all of his movies, if not even really like some of them. It's just, like you said, like his tone, I don't know if that goes with Ghost Rider. But I will say, if anything, this gives me hope for Starfighter next year, because obviously Ryan sees something in Sean Levy. Yeah. So that gives me hope.
Internally, right? That means that Starfighter is getting some good internal praise from Disney. Like there's got to be people who are like, because they had to have gone to Kevin and been like, hey, we really like what they did together here, and I know he wants to be Ghost Rider. Maybe give it a shot.
I believe, didn't Kevin say that he's seen it?
I think he did.
I think he did.
Yeah, he did on the panel. Yeah. Which wouldn't surprise me, right? Because he's a bigwig executive. They probably are all bring each other in and watch the films that they make.
Right.
So makes sense. Makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, it should have been Sam Raimi. Sorry.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
that's just what
Yeah.
it is. The guy wants to direct for Marvel. Everything about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness that was done well was the horror aspects and the side that Sam Raimi was actually allowed to direct the film, not where Marvel was interfering and it was feeling like a Marvel movie. When it felt like a Sam Raimi movie, that movie was incredible. And it was literally, for me, the practice tape for this movie. Like, it should have been Sam Raimi. I don't know why we didn't do it. It makes no sense. You had him right there. He's basically begging to do another Marvel movie. What are we doing? You know?
Yeah.
But hey, look, I like you said, Ian, I don't think Sean Levy's made a bad movie. I know people like to shit all over Free Guy, and now there's haters of Deadpool and Wolverine for some reason.
I don't know why.
But I like Sean Levy. I think he's consistent, and that's why they want him, because he is going to do what the studio wants. He's going to stay under budget. The movie's going to be on time. That's what they want, it seems like. So we'll see. I think it depends on the tone. I think by getting Ryan Gosling and then also Sean Levy, there's no chance this movie's rated R, which is a little disappointing. You know, I would have maybe liked to have seen that, but you know,
which are two of the things that they don't want to answer. Like, I think Kevin was asked both things was, will it be rated R? And I think he said, is he Johnny or Danny? And he's like, I'll let Ryan tell you. And I'm like, okay. Which I'm wondering too if it's more likely.
Did he even know?
No. Well, I don't think anyone's asked him directly, but I was going to say that I think that makes me wonder more that it could be that he's going to want to be Danny, because I just feel like if you were Johnny, you just say you're Johnny Blaze. You wouldn't.
Right. That's like the one people when you hear Ghost Rider. Right.
Yeah. Which I'm a big fan of both of those from the comics and iterations. So I wouldn't be the. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Colonel, love you, buddy.
Wait, no, not agree about the Spider-Man.
Look, I think you got the wrong group of people to be saying that to here right now. No, I mean, I don't want him to do Spider-Man either, truthfully. I think he's had his time. I would only want him to do Spider-Man if it's Toby, realistically.
Yeah.
But, you know,
But, yeah, anyway, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
No, we'll just see what happens.
Because I know there was kind of a debate on this before about I've never watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'll be honest.
Yeah.
What version of Ghost Rider was that?
That was Robbie Reyes. He's the one with the muscle car, so he's not the one with the motorcycle.
So is he like the third or fourth Ghost Rider down the line, or
in the comics he's the fourth, because before him there was a Ghost Rider named Alejandra Jones, and she was like a very brief she was a very brief arc in the comics where she got I forgot what they called the comic series, but I think it was called Into Fear or something like that. But she was cool. But Robbie Reyes is awesome though. But I think I always knew and obviously understand that they'd go like the original route. But I just think that it sounds like it might be Danny only because I think you just say you're Johnny if you're Johnny, dude. I just think you would say Johnny Blaze. But
sure.
I could be surprised. I mean, obviously, I'd want Johnny, not because I think Danny's not great. I just feel like we should start over again, and just go back to Johnny.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. I would also hope to see Robbie if they want to canonize that. That'd be cool.
Lance, I try to do it later so that way I don't conflict with Party Nation too much. Sorry.
Yeah,
but thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I know you were probably busy over there. So.
But that's our.
Yeah, he said Go is badass, right? So
he is badass. I think I love Nick Cage's performance in the two movies, even the one that people don't like, even though I weirdly still have nostalgia for Spirit of Vengeance. But Robbie's awesome in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But we'll see.
Yeah, and we had talked about that too. I almost think it's guaranteed that Ryan Gosling is going to be in Secret Wars, and we're gonna get him and Nick Cage together in there. I think that's going to happen.
And if y'all, for those watching or whatever, if you haven't seen Spirit of Vengeance, at least listen to the soundtrack, because I will say he has the better theme for Ghost Rider in that one than it did in the 2007 movie, hands down for me personally. But
appreciate you, Lance, very much. Thank you.
Well, we're all flocking over there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, that was exciting news. I think that's great casting. And again, look, if it doesn't work out with Sean Levy, they can always go to another person for a sequel or something, but
true.
Either way, we're excited about it. Okay, so we will move on. Then they got into Doomsday, which there's a couple of different things. Ryan Reynolds, I am so pissed because I'm almost 100% positive I saw him on the floor and didn't realize it was him. He didn't tell anyone that he was like it was him, and he didn't make it known until this moment that he went on the panel and showed up. And like I'm like 99.9% sure I saw him, and I saw a bunch of people trying to take photos with him, so I didn't ask for a photo. And I'm like, fuck, I should have asked for a photo.
Yeah.
So they had, the entire cast of Doomsday come out. I think they came out in like groups. I think it was like the Fantastic Four, the New Avengers, the regular Avengers, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., everything like that. And then they kind of had a comedy bit where Ryan Reynolds came out and was like asking questions as a reporter, which I thought was really funny. And then he asked like, "Oh, is there additional photography on the movie to add me in?" And Robert Downey was like, "No, it's wrapped. That's it," and kind of shoot it out. I thought, honestly, like watching that, I'm like, "Oh, he's in Doomsday." Like they wouldn't have brought him and had him do all this if he wasn't in the movie and make that joke specifically. So that was really cool. The gray thing, people got a little confused about that. I know he said the thing here over off to the right about the Jean Grey color. We had mentioned that earlier. A lot of people forget though that this is the same costume he wore when he announced Deadpool and Wolverine as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember, it was like him at the table when he was typing up the script. That was the same one. So I imagine this is probably just the costume that Brian has at home in his closet. Like that's probably why he wore this.
I mean, I think he even showed like he was in the hotel room hotel room putting it on and everything. Yeah. So that's just what he wears.
Right. And then they, showed some footage for it. Robert Downey Jr. I don't know why this post has this video and not what he actually said. And I had talked about this earlier on Saturday for the Spider-Man spoiler stream. He had this quote where he said, "Decisions will have to be made. You'll have to be on the side of good guys, or you'll have to consider the alternative, joining a family of doom."
Ooh.
And again, there are some people on this panel who like to dabble in the leaks a little bit. And that does coincide with some of the things I've heard about possibly some heroes going on the side of doom. So I think that's very interesting. I wonder, who will do that. I know, right? But I'm not going to say it because I don't want to spoil it for nobody. But there are some heroes essentially that are going to happen. Yes, I want to get into this as well too. He said, "I can't explain to you how happy that I am. Victor and Reed will have history." That was a part of the footage that was shown. I will say I did watch the footage. It was online for a little bit. I don't know if it's still there. But they eventually, showed the trailer. There was a quote in there and how it basically confirms that they have history. Sue Storm knows who he is. He talks about how he lost everything, which based off this poster and what's in it, we can kind of, figure out what that is. And then he says, "Victor, did you do this?" Doom says, all of you have lived stolen lives, and now you must give them back. So it's very much hinting at there is a rivalry, there is a history. So I was very, very excited to hear that. And when I saw the very shitty cam footage video that somebody got in Hall H of the trailer, I think that trailer, once it finally comes out in HD, is much better than the first one that we got. And I thought the first one was great too. I got to see it on the big screen when Brand New Day came out, and it had my theater, pretty lively when it popped up on screen. But I think this trailer looks great and everything that we got there. So thoughts on anything? I don't know if you guys have heard anything else about the trailer that they showed, which I'm surprised somebody got video, because in Hall H, dude, they got security walking around everywhere. And when they play the footage, they are walking around looking at people on their phones. So this guy who got it, I'm like, I don't know how you did, because they're everywhere. So what do you guys think? Are you happy that they're establishing some history between Victor and Reed? Because we thought maybe that wouldn't be the case.
I mean, I think that's a big deal that you're doing that, because it'd be kind of weird, honestly, if they didn't have history going into this movie. If they're like, "Oh, who the fuck is Doom?"
Right.
Yeah, everything I've seen, I also did partake in watching the
leak trailer.
The leak trailer. As shitty as it did look just through his or her, I guess.
Well, you could hear it, right? I think that was like hearing the
Yeah.
dialogue that's going on.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounded
right.
great.
Yeah. I mean, if I can't imagine how much money this movie's gonna make. If Spider-Man made $1 billion in a weekend, Doomsday is gonna be close to that. I don't know if it's gonna be quite Spider-Man, just because Spider-Man's kind of a different level, but it's gonna be close.
Yeah, from the comics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There was. I couldn't see it, right, because that version was so shitty. You couldn't really see a lot of what was going on. But there was supposedly like a moment in there where there was some pursuing from Namor to sue, which that's in the comics, so that's definitely a faithful adaptation. And we kind of always assumed that, right, when we knew that Namor was coming in Black Panther 2 and they were working on Fantastic Four. Yeah, man. Would you be surprised if Brand New Day made more?
No,
I don't think so.
No. But you think they'll both be juggernauts?
They're both going to be, I would say, $2 billion movies if I had to guess.
Yeah. Well, Brand New Day is definitely on pace to be $2 billion.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I was gonna say they're making, like, it's always been like kind of like before the trailer we were kind of even doubting. We're like, I don't know if what are they doing? But I mean, you're always gonna expect the next Avengers movie to make a bank, but to be fair, Spider-Man's like a money machine. It just prints, so it's kind of like I think we'll see. Maybe Spider-Man just might have the slight edge in financially, but I mean, Doomsday is gonna make a hell of a lot of money, so I don't know.
I think that is going to be a good sign that, like, when it comes to box office on Marvel movies, we're back in the swing of things. Yes. I do believe that both Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts did underperform in 2025, but I think a lot of people are not looking at the bigger picture, that those movies kind of restored faith a little bit in the Marvel brand and started to get people back on board. I think Brand New Day is just going to take that up to the stratosphere. Like, we're at a point now where I feel like, okay, we've gotten 3 straight projects that I think are very quality, and the momentum is building at the right time to go into an Avengers film. So I think you're right. I think Doomsday is going to make a boatload of money. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Brand New Day ends up total outgrossing it, because Spider-Man is just such a powerhouse when it comes to box office. It's like we talked about this on Saturday, I think, too, that like the lowest grossing movie in the franchise is like Amazing Spider-Man 2, and that still did like $750 million. It's like the Spider-Man that you put out a Spider-Man movie, you're making a lot of money. So Sony's never going to sell the rights. I mean, that's
I wouldn't either, man.
Like it's just that's just
I would
big thing.
We'll get into that later about the other thing.
Hey, all right, Colonel.
I think you're gonna be sad, Colonel.
Oh yeah, baby. Hey. Again, I look. We all hear things, so hopefully not. Hopefully not, but hey. Okay, so we'll move on, and then the last big announcement. Oh, what's going on here? I went the wrong way.
Oh,
sorry. Let's scroll back down here. The last big thing that was announced, David Johnson has been cast as T'Challa's son in Black Panther 3. This is great casting. I love David Johnson. I think he's fantastic. I thought he was great in Alien Romulus. He was really, really good in The Long Walk. I loved that movie. That was one of my biggest surprises of last year. And then they announced essentially that Black Panther 3 is coming in 2028. So Kyle, what do you think about this casting, and are you excited that Black Panther 3 is happening?
I love this casting. I know a lot of people are kind of butthurt that it's not the guy from F1. Yeah, which I think he would have done a great job at it as well.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that in a minute, though. I have some insight on that that I want to share. But yes,
Yeah, this is a great casting. You're also bringing back Ryan Coogler, which is such a smart decision, especially coming off of Sinners.
Right.
The placement of this movie, I think, is also important because it's Secret Wars, Ghost Rider, and then Black Panther, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Do we think, this is just a separate question, do we think we're going to get teased with some kind of an X-Men character in Black Panther?
I think so.
I think so, too.
I think Storm. That's
what I'm hearing.
That's the rumor mill. That's what's been going. Is that Ryan Coogler will have a hand in casting Storm, and then she will be introduced in this film. Yeah.
I can't wait if that's true.
Yeah, right. I'm like, that's look, and it makes sense, right? If you introduce Jean Grey in a Spider-Man film, Storm is like perfectly fitted to be introduced in a Black Panther because they actually have a real history in the comics.
Yes.
So I'm down with that. Ian, what about you? What did you think when you heard this news?
Yeah, no, it was amazing casting. I was actually surprised, to be fair. It's a good surprise, but they were like, oh yeah, T'Challa's son's going to be aged up. We're going to have him Black Panther because, we don't know it. I mean, I don't even think it matters because I know people are like, oh, that's kind of spoiling stuff. And I'm like, you don't really understand why this is happening and what's going on. So I wouldn't look into it too much until you actually watch Secret Wars and stuff. That's part of it.
Yeah.
But no, David Johnson, he's been on a roll for me. I love him.
He's great.
He's great. And he just So seeing him be casted as the T'Challa Jr. Black Panther, that's gonna be cool. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
I think it's very fitting that this movie is coming after Secret Wars because there's obviously going to be something that changes in the MCU that will affect time, who's in the universe, everything like that.
Yeah.
I did want to talk about Damson Idris because a lot of people are misconstrued with where that came from, right? So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but a couple of years ago, there was some concept art that leaked out, right?
Yeah.
About Doomsday and Secret Wars. And there was a picture of a Black Panther that looked very eerily similar to Damson Idris. And that's kind of where that casting came from. And, I know some things more about that people didn't really look into the details when it came to the photos, those concept art photos of who Damson Idris is actually playing in that. So he was never really up for T'Challa's son. I will say that. I'm just going to spoil it. Okay, so this might be spoilers for Secret Wars. If you haven't seen it, don't want to see it, come back, maybe mute the video. Once we get off of David Johnson here, I won't be talking about it anymore. Do you guys care? I was going to say, actually, I should ask that. I don't want to spoil you guys. If you don't.
No, you
so
let it go.
Right. So when that concept art came out, there was also like descriptions of what they actually of each image and what it actually was. It said in there that he was actually playing T'Chanda. T'Chanda is T'Challa's grandfather.
Yeah.
So in my eyes, and it's not Doomsday that it's going to be in, I still think Damson Idris is going to play a Black Panther variant in Secret Wars. And it's going to be an older T'Chanda, so an older Black Panther, so basically T'Challa's grandfather. And that's what they're going to do. So, because a lot of people didn't read that, there was like full descriptions that also leaked with that concept art. It was not just the pictures that leaked. And a lot of people just saw that and immediately were like, oh, Damson Idris, he's going to be the new Black Panther. Oh my God. And nobody actually like read what it is. And it was written that he was supposed to be T'Chanda in that concept art.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
That's Grandpa.
Yeah.
That's not son. That's Grandpa. So
that's pretty cool. No, I like that. At least he gets to play a part in being a Black Panther. That's
cool. Like, it kind of is 2 for 1 because I love David Johnson. I think too. Someone posted a photo of like Chadwick Boseman and David Johnson's face like half and half together, and I'm like, wow, they actually have a lot of similarities to one another. I'm like, so the fact that he's playing his son, I'm like, that works out incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, but there, like Kyle was saying, though, there's a lot of people talking online about it, being like, "Oh my God, why did they do this?" Like, no hate to some podcasts, but escape podcasts, guys.
We can throw hate. We can throw hate at them. That's fine.
To be fair, we talk about J. Cole, bro. We're gonna go over everyone.
Yeah.
no.
They've had some takes late. He had a take about Odyssey that I was like, dude, you were fucking stupid.
I'm sorry.
Don't get me wrong. I don't hate that podcast. I actually think they do have some funny moments on there, but I'm like, some of these takes, I'm like, dude, I feel like you're just doing it for the.
It's rage bait,
right? I'm like, you're trying to get clicks, man. That's really all you're doing. There's no way you believe that. You know?
Hack guy is so rage bait. Like, he does it just like that's his clips are the only ones. His co-hosts I barely see.
I was gonna say Andrew never really
anything. It's the hack guy that's always like, well, I hate the most popular thing ever, or I love this stupid shit. I don't know.
Right. I don't know when that's coming out. It's been in development for so long.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah, I forgot
the
about
1943 Rise of Hydra game or whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect any Marvel games to come out except from Insomniac. I just don't think they're going to be.
Well, that one was like it's made, like it's there. I mean,
it's in a vault.
I mean, they showed us footage, like they had.
Yeah, and it was gameplay footage too.
Yeah,
I think,
I'm like they had to have been far enough along for it to,
No, that makes more sense.
But yeah,
because if y'all remember that Star Wars 1313 game from back in the day, that one didn't have footage. That was a cinematic, but I don't know. Yeah. No, if that one had gameplay footage, well, shit, they just don't want to give you a game.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It just keeps getting delayed.
It could be rights issues. I'm guessing it's like all weird right now. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and then we'll kind of just finish it off here with this quote from Kevin Feige. He says the strategy for the MCU right now is quality above everything else. We always try to focus on quality, but when quantity is so much, you get spread thin. We didn't want to be spread thin, and the Avengers is as important as it comes. I mean, that kind of is the tune that they've been saying really for quite some time now at this point. They got bogged down, I think, in trying to do too much quantity with Disney Plus and all the shows and everything like that. And he wasn't able to be, involved as much. So
yeah, I will say, though, that quote still annoys the shit out of me because I'm like, wow, no shit, guys. Maybe we should do quality over quantity. I get that Kevin Feige had to answer to higher ups.
I was going to say, it wasn't really him, right? So, I think he's more just like, hey, these dipshits who used to be running the show over here didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and they overworked me.
Which is so true, because golly, man, come on.
Yeah.
The way we went about after phase 3 was just like not the right move.
It was just too much. Yeah. And look, and we're about to talk about some more Marvel news, right? And some things that happened. But the fact of it is Kevin Feige can only be involved in so many projects a year.
Yeah.
And they just don't. I don't think they're going to spend any more time on projects that's either don't have the name recognition where it can make money or pull in ratings on TV. They're just not going to do it. And that is even separate from this. Like at the end of the day, it's a money-making business.
Yeah.
The shows that we want have to be watched, and for them to continue, the movies that we want have to be, people have to buy tickets. They have to go see them.
Yeah.
We're just not going to get more of them.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, is it surprising? No.
No, I think it's just these higher ups too that not even Kevin. It's just they always say this. They're like, guys, we're gonna tone down the projects, and it's like cool, awesome.
So let's just get into it. Let's just rip the Band-Aid right off. We got a whole bunch of Marvel news that we can talk. This was all after Comic-Con. We're kind of moved on from that now. One of the first being Wonder Man's been canceled. The show is no longer returning for season 2, which is crazy because it was basically announced that there was a season 2 and they were doing a writer's room and everything like that, and then it just got the rug pulled out from it. I will say I haven't seen the show, so I'm not going to speak to the quality of the show. As a Dexter fan, I will say I feel for you Wonder Man fans a lot, because the same thing happened with Dexter Original Sin. That show was fantastic. They had announced that there was going to be a season 2, and then the rug got pulled out and they canceled it.
Yeah.
Kyle, have you seen Wonder Man?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I loved it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So just how do you feel about this news?
I mean, it sucks, obviously. Like when you got something that I would say this is maybe in my top 3 favorite like MCU shows that they've done, between like 97, this, and maybe Loki or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, and I love him as the lead too. And he's been screwed over in comic book movies too, quite a bit.
Yeah,
which really sucks.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, like, when people don't watch something, when it doesn't make money, it's not going to last. Like I know there's a thing out there where this is like a Marvel, maybe showing a lot of bad coincidence with this. With Blade, with Ironheart, with Eyes of Wakanda, stuff like that. And it's like, I get it does not look good, but we all got to be real. Where
Look,
none of those things did very well. So
they didn't do very well. And look, we just got done talking about it. Black Panther 3 was announced.
Exactly.
Got the casting for that. Like
it's
I don't
make a bunch of money.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I just think that a lot of that talk and that conversation is really done for engagement farming. You know. You know, look what Hollywood Handle posted. I'll have to look that up. I think there's a lot of engagement farming on that aspect. You know, look, I get it. Like, it's upsetting that, you know, there's all these different shows with people of color that are getting canceled. But like you said, those shows didn't do well. They didn't do good numbers. Not a lot of people watched them. Now, if you want to have a conversation that they were undermarketed, perfectly fine. That's very 100%. Justifiable. Especially a lot. I mean, really, even Wonder Man, I feel like definitely got some good marketing. It did take a little bit, though. A lot of actually, I think some of Wonder Man's best marketing was after it already released, which was kind of but you know, that's a conversation to be had, and I think that's a valid one for sure. But it's just unfortunate because everyone has said the same thing that you said, Kyle. That it's a great show, and I will eventually watch it. It's going to be something that, you know, I do eventually plan to get around to it. It's just been. Really, I will be honest, besides Daredevil, the Marvel TV shows have just fallen off completely for me. I have not. Yeah. There's a lot of them. Like, I'm not caught up on X-Men 97. I'm not caught up on Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. There's a lot of them. So, yeah. So, Ian, what did you think about this news? Like, what are your general thoughts?
Yeah, pretty devastated. Big fan of the show. It's probably like one of my favorite projects they've come out with since post Phase 3 for me. And especially, like Kyle said, it's definitely one of my favorite of their shows they've come out with and made. But yeah, it's more shitty in the sense of like, it's more like I wish we never got a confirmation of season 2, because then it wouldn't feel as bad. Because of course, the reason why this feels bad is because they announced season 2 and we're like, oh no, we're taking it back, you know, kind of thing. Which, yeah, it all falls in line with, like you said, low viewership and stuff, because this got really well rated. Like, a lot of people loved it, but I agree that it's very possible it's just more like the numbers weren't there for them to like try to do it. It's also possible too, there's a lot of other things, like maybe Daniel or Destin Daniel can't do the
all
season
this at once,
because he's doing other movies, and that's probably why they could have also maybe put it to the side, or I mean, not put it aside, they canceled it, but like what I mean is like they didn't end up probably thinking they'll do it, you know. Confirm he will soon find out that. Okay.
I think he said the post-credit scene, what that meant.
Okay.
Again, I've read leaks. I kind of know what it means already, but it's okay. It's okay. The general public will find that out. Correct. Yes.
But yeah, no, I hate it too, because I love that actor and he's a great lead in that show. And just sucks to see him have to, because he came out with his whole thing being like, that's the way the business is. You know, it sucks, but. That's just they're gonna screw you over, you know.
Yeah, okay, word just dropped that Wonder Man won't be coming back for season 2, and if you don't know, now you know. That's life, right? Everything will shake out. I want to say thank you to everybody who watched the show, enjoyed the show, and shared that they enjoyed the show in some way or other. The show worked, and that's my favorite thing about it. I could see it on the face of the YouTube reactors because I watched along with y'all this time. Shout out to y'all. Hey, some of our friends might have been getting watched by I don't know how to pronounce his name, Yahya Abdul Mateen, and you didn't even know it. Yeah. Look at that. And I can see in the messages I get saying how the show reminded some of you not to give up, and I feel it in the genuine love shared when I bump into some of you all during the day. So thinking of you all today, I'm glad we got to be a part of something cool. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the Emmys.
Yeah.
It was Emmy nominated, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't go through the whole list, so I didn't really know on there, but yeah, you know, look. That was a very heartfelt message. Obviously, he seems, you know, good in good spirits, but how can you not be upset about that, right? You know, it's just, it sucks. You know?
Yeah. But we can't unfortunately do anything. I also think it's just Marvel's like general direction right now, not to try to focus on things that they don't see, that they'll pull in a lot of engagement and money in, which sucks, because I think this could have been good, because season 2. I don't know. I just feel like with the word of mouth and stuff, maybe season 2 could have pulled in good numbers. It's just season 1 still didn't technically bring in good numbers, so that's kind of why, you know. So
I wonder if, in general, maybe we're looking at a no longer having TV shows.
I think so. Yeah.
You know,
very limited at least, probably.
Yeah, because look, let's be honest. What's the most popular TV show Marvel's got going right now? Daredevil,
Born Again, yeah.
Born Again,
maybe 97.
97.
Yeah, probably not, yeah. When it comes to like critical reception, yeah, those are probably the two. And they're not doing that great either. You know, those TV ratings are not fantastic for Born Again, and they're definitely not fantastic for 97. I know that, but that one's a little, you know, animation, so it's probably a little cheaper to make and everything like that. But yeah, I don't know. I think maybe we're leading towards an MCU without TV shows. That could be a possibility.
Yeah. So. And if they didn't give us like something great like this, I wouldn't be as mad.
Right.
Because that way I would have been like, oh, thank God, get rid of
the
show.
Well, a lot of the shows were like that, if we're being honest, right?
To be fair, there was way less hits than
misses, right? Yeah.
This is a rare W here for Wonder Man. So
right.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, I think that probably makes sense, though. I wouldn't want to spend too much time on a lot of TV shows at once while we're doing a bunch of movies. Or hopefully not a lot of movies either. I hope we're doing like a fewer movies too. But
And again, I think, you know, this is Marvel acknowledging that, like, hey, Kevin Feige is what made this universe work well.
Yes.
We can't have him doing 8 projects a year. It's just not possible, right? Like, only one person can handle so much. So a part of me is like, look, this is kind of what we wanted, right? Like, we wanted them to streamline and get a little bit less messy. And
yeah,
it just sucks because they had a lot of projects. You know, you had mentioned Ironheart, right? It's like a lot of those projects were already filmed and shot and put together before that big change got made. And now it's coming way later. So it seems a lot worse. And then this one was actually good. So that made it worse too. So yeah, you know, it sucks, obviously. But, you know, hopefully we continue to get quality from Marvel. And not just focus on getting TV shows out. Hey, you never know too. We might see him again, right? We might see him again, and you know, go from there. Okay, so other news as well. Samara Weaving has been cast.
What?
In the new X-Men movie. Where is my application to be Scott Summers here in the new X-Men? Anyways. Yeah, no, I think this is great casting. I kind of figured that this was going to start happening now that we got the reveal of Jean Grey and Brand New Day, that we're going to start to now hear casting news and everything like that. So, Kyle, what did you think when you saw this? Good casting, bad casting? You know,
I love Samara Weaving, so this is a phenomenal casting.
So you needed an application.
Numerous reasons. Yeah, I'll take one while you're at it. And from a lot of the other rumored castings I've been hearing, I'm liking. I haven't disliked one of them.
Right.
So
I agree.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. What about you, Ian? What did you?
Oh yeah, definitely. No, definitely. It was a surprise for sure because it came out of nowhere, but it was really cool to see that like we're finally getting more casting for X-Men, and then. Funny enough, I think it is an interesting choice to have Emma Frost be your first like kind of like casting out of the X-Men so far. So that's pretty neat. But Samara Weaving, pretty good casting. Scream Queen, come on, we can come on.
Right. I want to just pull this one up too because it says auditions for the X-Men movie have been happening since May. The casting search for Emma Frost was the most thorough, with Samara Weaving subsequently winning the role. Okay. Yeah, which I assumed, right, that was the case, because, you know, look, they weren't going to announce the like a lot of people thought like at Hall H they were going to bring out the X-Men cast and announce it. That was never going to happen, right? Especially with Brand New Day coming out the next week. Like they weren't going to, you know, early announce that. But it makes sense. I think now that we've gotten Jean Grey in Brand New Day, we're going to start hearing more casting. Right, we're gonna be knowing who our X-Men are going to be. I do find it surprising because I feel like I've heard Kevin Feige say that X-Men was supposed to be the first movie post Secret Wars. I don't know if I'm tripping, but I feel like I remember him saying that. Now it's confirmed at earliest will be the third because we already have 2 movies that are announced directly after Secret Wars.
I think he did, but I'm sure it just changed in scheduling and all that. Right. They probably just figured they'd go with these other 2. He probably just wants to really nail it because Kevin's. This is his baby. So
he's been the way he's been talking about X-Men for the past like 5 years. I'm like, when we finally get there, it's gonna rock, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so good. And if what Jean Grey was in Brand New Day is any indication.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Can't wait. Okay, so we will move on. Let me go ahead and switch our articles here. We've talked a lot about Marvel because there was a shitload of news the last 2 weeks. So we'll kind of move on. Let's talk some God of War. God of War. And I'll just put up the title. This show is a fucking disaster at this point. What is happening? So really 2 major pieces of news. We'll talk about this one first. So Atreus, which is Kratos' son in the game, is reportedly going to be recast in season 2 of the live-action God of War series.
Okay.
I guess that kind of makes sense because, you know, if you played 2018 and then played Ragnarok, you know he does get pretty. He ages up, basically.
Yeah.
So I guess it kind of makes sense, and that was supposedly the reported rumor as to why we were recasting Ryan Hurst as Kratos, was because they didn't want the actor who was playing young Atreus to age up, essentially. But this is just such a weird like, you haven't even gotten through season 1. There's all these production troubles, and now you're like, oh, we're gonna recast Atreus after this. It's like, well, for one, your lead injured himself, and then you guys decided to just jump ship and not wait for him, which is like one of the shittier things I've ever seen Hollywood, like anyone in Hollywood, do. And now you're basically telling this kid who's playing him in season 1 that, oh yeah, you're done. You lost your job after this season. Like,
yeah, they're like, hit the road, buddy.
Yeah, like I'm like, you guys haven't even gotten through this disaster of a season. In season 1, and then you know, I'll pull up the other article and the other piece of news regarding around this. Dave Bautista is in talks to play Kratos, which you know,
sorry, that picture's just so funny.
That picture, that's a
crazy
selection.
Picture.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know. That's from Knives Out. I think it's from Glass Onion. The second.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, where he's like watching his girlfriend cheat on him or whatever.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, look, I love Dave Bautista. I think when it comes to like wrestlers turned actor, I think he's the best. I think he's got the best range. I think he's done the best roles. He's been very selective about what he does. I think physically, obviously, he's gonna look great as Kratos. I don't know. I just have a sour taste in my mouth after what they did to Ryan Hurst, and I love those games, so I was very excited for this project. But just every subsequent piece of news has me less enthused about this show. So Kyle, what do you think about all this fucking craziness with the show? And like, I think it's going to be a miracle if this is good, to be honest. At this point,
that's where I think it might be a miracle if it even comes out. With what's going on. I personally loved the casting of Ryan Hurst.
I did too.
I loved it. I've always loved him as Opie in Sons of Anarchy,
baby.
And then even the little bit you got of him in the Odyssey, he was jacked. I was like, oh yeah, that's Kratos right there. Yeah, I don't love how that was all handled, but at the same time, I guess it's Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like a torn bicep, and then to get back into shape, that's going to take a while to rehab and do all that. But Batista, I wish I was excited about that casting. I really wish I was, but something about it doesn't sit well with me. I don't know why, because he's jacked and he can act, but something about it just doesn't stick with me.
It's very fan casty. Like it
is very fan casty. Yeah,
I feel like he's someone that, like, when we heard about this, people were like, "Oh, Dave Bautista would be a good Kratos." And it's like,
right?
Yeah, the size, I see it. Right? You know, yeah. Of course, when they put him in the makeup, you're going to be like, "Yeah, of course, that looks like Kratos." But I don't know. Ian, what are your thoughts? I mean, are you like, do you have any? Are you like Kyle? Do you think that this is even going to come out?
I'm just so baffled that they think they're so confident that they'll even they're even planning
season 2.
It's like idiots haven't even gone off the runway of like your news show. It's like just I don't know. Yeah, it's a disaster. Me and you talked about it when the original actor got injured, and we were talking about like what that whole mess about, and now hearing about the kid getting recast. Again, I don't know why they're even assuming they're getting a season 2 if this even does good. But I don't know. The Dave Bautista thing is very fan-casty. That's what I was going to say, but I just don't really care to see a big actor take that part on. I wanted like a smaller, You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
God of War carries itself by name recognition alone. I don't really need like this like big actor to be playing Kratos. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just think I'd prefer someone that's like, yeah, and like the other actor. I know the original actor. He was somewhat known, like he said, he was in other projects, but he was still like somewhat like
He's not
this could be
Dave
a
Bautista.
breakout.
Yeah.
No,
No.
it's not Dave Bautista.
Yeah,
So
right.
I'd much preferred if they just didn't go this route. But I mean, again, is this rumored, right?
Yeah, he's in
it's
talks. So like they
okay.
want him
Mhm.
for it. It hasn't been inked.
I kind of hope he says no and is like, "Fuck y'all."
I really don't know what they're gonna do if that.
I mean, I'm sorry. Oh well. I'm sorry. It's just like I feel bad for like the people that worked on the show though. That's the thing. It's like I can't say that because I'm like the crew, the kid that plays his son. Like I don't want it. I still think,
Yeah.
oh no,
I
it's
know-
disappeared.
I know it's not playing, but you probably can appreciate that, Kyle. That was when Batista like destroyed Rey Mysterio. It's like Kratos when Atreus starts disobeying, and it's him destroying Rey Mysterio.
Clothesline the shit out of him.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know. I'd love to see the Sandman beat Kratos with a kendo stick. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I
But,
just like everything you said, it's. I for one, I have a very sour taste in my mouth on how they did Ryan Hurst, because like most of the time when actors get injured, they just delay, right? And they filmed 4 episodes too. That's the crazy thing about it. They filmed 4 episodes, and they still are going to recast and then boot Atreus too after the fact. Yeah, I mean that is true, and I think those people are dumber than rocks. No pun intended. I hope this happens too. I think this would happen. I think they would put this into the show for Kratos to deliver a Batista bomb to someone. Yeah. Amazon ordered God of War. I mean, I understand they ordered it as that, but like, guys, you're not even through season 1 yet. Like, let's get through this. This has been a disaster. Before we're already moving on to season 2. Like,
it's also unnecessary. You didn't need to like announce that you were recasting.
Right? Like
Atreus.
The kid
like it hasn't happened yet.
The kid filmed 4 episodes with Ryan Hurst, and now you're telling him, okay, now we're gonna restart that. We're gonna get Dave Bautista to clothesline you real quick, and then you're gonna be fired at the end of it. Like, if I were him, I'd be like, hey, how can I breach my contract and back the fuck out of this, because this is insane.
Yeah, I hope the kid has like some good
representation or something,
like with his parents and his representation. Right. Hope so.
Yeah, but it's disappointing because this was a project I was very interested in seeing, because I'm a big fan of those games. So to see all this stuff that's going on with it, I'm like, my God. All right, so we're gonna move on.
My favorite piece of news of the day, actually.
Yeah, honestly.
So look, I mean, we all kind of knew this. The Sony spin-off universe is dead as a doornail.
The SSU is gone. No,
it's gone. And I mean, we knew this, right? Like it was barely alive, really, by the end.
Pinky promise.
Yeah. I'm gonna point a gun at Tom Rothman or whatever his name is, and be like, "Hey, I'll kill you if you ever bring this back, please."
Dude, Sony. I'm sorry. I feel like Sony making these movies was like the most like we've watched Tropic Thunder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, come on. These were like the movies I see through that, and I'm like, guys, like, what are we doing? Bad writers, bad directors, just bad acting. It just all of it around, and they kept going. They didn't want to stop. They kept going. They're like, no, guys, we'll push through. Don't you worry. We'll keep going. God.
It's almost like they were trying to make bad movies. It's
like intentionally we're doing that. Yeah.
Which I know they're like, I don't know why, because it's like, I know the licensing and shit people would bring up, but I'm like, dude, I don't know. These projects are just
because even with that, like the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies were fulfilling that,
That's why it's not a good argument. That's why I'm like, no, there was no reason to make these movies. I mean, Venom movie from the beginning was like a surprise, so it was like, okay, that made money, right? So you're like, okay, we'll make more Venom movies, but then it's like Madam Web, Morbius, Craven, guys.
Oh, and those were so bad too.
And we were gonna get more.
Hey, that's true.
Tyler's
Vulture
right.
is stuck in that universe, and nobody cares. To be honest, about where
Poor Michael Keaton, man. He said
they're gonna retcon that and bring Michael Keaton back.
Dude, that doesn't make sense.
He never left. He's still in jail. He's in that maximum.
He wakes up from a dream or something.
Yeah,
like a cold sweat.
Oh God.
It's funny because it only matters if you watch Morbius. Otherwise, no one would know any of that. No one even
Morbius too.
Which no one did. So
the epic bomb of twice being in theaters and bombing twice. That's awesome. I love it.
The fact that the fans turned a meme into them re-releasing the movie is still the funniest. One of the funniest things that ever happened. Like,
which is again the studio just being so like
stupid and not knowing.
But like, like I don't know how do you say it. Well, out of touch, but like so gullible because they were like, oh, these people love it, right? We should bring it back.
Also,
oh yeah, that's
no,
true.
it's never going to. Yeah, no shit.
Oh no,
it's great. Dude. Honestly, I'm laughing so hard because I hate this universe so much, and I want to see I want to see its destruction. So we'll get into the quote of what he said. He said, ultimately, the audience wasn't satisfied enough with them. Whether that's a fair assessment of those movies, who knows?
No wonder he made these shit movies. This guy's delusional.
He's so fucking stupid.
He's like, he's so funny. That's so funny. I love that. It's so funny.
When I saw that quote, I'm not even kidding. I was laughing for like 15 minutes. I'm like, how does this guy, how could he possibly get out of where, I don't know where, it was an interview or something. I'm like, how does he possibly say this with a straight face? I'm like, look, I get it. He's the producer. You know, he was supposed to sell these movies. Dude, they released like a year and a half ago. You're fine. You're in the clear. You can admit they were terrible. Come on.
Right. That's so fun. When you start the sentence with, unfortunately, talking about this universe, I'm like, yeah, that's awesome.
I'm like, no, gladly.
Yeah. I don't know.
My prayer's been answered.
It's like a testament to like what a studio will do, but like to a degree that I feel like we were in fantasy land with these movies because it just never felt real to me, but I felt like Venom kind of made sense.
I was going to say early on, I feel like there was actually some effort being put in. With Venom, I think they had to kind of be different, right? Because they you couldn't do the villain route, you know, with him leading the movie. That just couldn't happen. But I think they actually put in effort with those films at the beginning because they really thought that they were going to be able to cross it over with Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah, right. They did.
And I think once they knew that wasn't going to happen, that's when, and they had already greenlit, you know, Madam Web and Morbius and Kraven the Hunter. I think they knew that wasn't going to happen. So that's when the quality started to really go down.
And this wouldn't be the case either if it was like the way Clayface is being presented to us, where we're focusing on the villain being like a villain rather than trying to be this. I hate this fucking anti-hero shit. Bro. Let them be the villain. It works for Venom because at least in the comics he's like the lethal protector, whatever. You could go that route, but like I don't. Kraven, Morbius, and Madam was not even a villain, but still, it's like none of this was gonna work. It was never going to work. Sorry, guys. Oh, well. Too bad, so sad.
It was never going to work. And, you know, even with the anti-hero stuff, like, I don't know. Their hope was to cross it over. How the fuck were you going to cross that over with Tom Hardy's Venom when, like, he's basically a hero? Like, he's not a villain. It's not even like an anti-villain thing. Like, he's just the hero of the story. So, like, how are you going to convince us you're going to cross over Tom Holland and then also tell us that he's now the villain? Like, I don't see how they could have even made that work, you know, if these movies had been good and everything like that. Like, how?
I mean, and it's just like both from the stupidity of Sony, but also like the various times that mostly Morbius with just the blatant lying just to get people interested. I still think to this day, I'm like, you put the Oscorp Tower, you put that fucking stupid poster in the bag, you put bullshit.
The Tobey Maguire thing.
Yeah, that was also just
Spider-Man.
Stupid.
Yeah, wasn't even in the movie. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Sony is like a testament of like the studio that will just like, I don't know, make schlock and lie and doesn't they're not self-aware. That's what it is. No, they're not self-aware at all.
Yeah, they're not. I think they thought that they could strong arm Marvel.
100%
into like incorporating these movies into the universe, and it's like, dude, they set up that post-credit scene at the end of Venom, where the symbiote gets left in the MCU.
Yes,
and then Kevin Feige made them immediately take that out. Because that's been like already reported that basically Feige was the one who wanted them in Venom 3 to get the Venom out of the MCU. So that way there was just no connection whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just.
I think Marvel would pay them to never, ever, ever associate themselves with them.
Literally, they're like, "Hey, we'll add a couple $1 million to that deal, and we'll pay you. Like,
just go away and die."
Yeah,
intriguing. Yes, that's awesome.
And honestly, I think that's because the relationship was a little contentious. I don't think it was. I think it's stronger now between Marvel and Sony than it has been in years past. And I think that was. Oh yeah, go ahead, Ian. Yeah.
No. You finish your thought. I was just gonna. That was
really all I had to say.
Okay, I was like, let's go down the list a little bit. There's very few, but there's unproduced films of the SSU. Oh, our poor souls couldn't handle if we can never get any of these movies ever.
Oh, I already know which one.
Yeah, well, the most obvious one was since 2014, Sinister Six, never gonna happen. Said to be alive, it's dead. So
that was more though. I feel like that was carryover from the Andrew Garfield era.
It was 1000% carryover. Yeah. It's just that they were still like, guys, don't you worry, it's still alive.
We're still gonna do it.
Promise.
Yeah. Could you imagine how horrible that Sinister Six was?
Oh my god!
Shit, that would have been terrible.
It's so funny because they're so bad, but I would also still so be curious to see such a horrible train wreck of that kind of film. And then they have the Night Watch movie. I forgot about that. I don't remember what the Night Watch is. I think it's like a vigilante character, but actually it's funny. Sony wanted Spike Lee to direct that film.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Spider-Man suit. Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was.
It was one.
It was the loading screen when you were wearing Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire thing, and they just put it up there. Yeah.
And then they had a Jackpot movie in development. That one that's like
Hi, Darren.
Hey, Darren. I think it's supposed to be like it's a character that Mary Jane plays in the comics. That's like a superhero character.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Then just some director's name attached to some random project that has no details. And then Olivia Wilde was going to be developing a movie.
I do remember that. Yeah.
A Spider-Woman movie, probably. No, thank you. Not from Olivia Wilde. El Muerto. That was the one with Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. Let's go.
That's right.
Yeah. They announced that at CinemaCon. I remember that. Yeah.
They did. That was like a wrestler villain that was very
glad to hear it, Darren. I was supposed to see it again today, but I couldn't. But I will be seeing it again this weekend, probably. Yep.
I will be seeing it tomorrow with some friends. So, and then this is the rest of it. So that El Muerto movie, Hypno Hustler, Hypno Hustler, and Donald Glover set to star. Okay, that's
Who
awesome.
do these people think they are? You're not getting these fucking people to make these movies.
These are. It's funny that these are true because they're all.
I'm surprised they didn't mention the Aunt May movie. Wasn't that a thing too?
So that was like you said around the time of the Andrew
Garfield. That's
and
right.
That was in the leaked emails from
That's right. It was. Yes.
Which damn, come on, Sony, give us the Aunt May movie. I want it.
See, at least we know that their stupidity goes back to even before the Marvel deal happened.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when your higher up is someone that throws a sandwich at Kevin Feige because he's like, come on, let me have Spider-Man. I know.
I am not going to give. Look, Amy Pascal's not like she's definitely had her mistakes. I think Amy Pascal is a infinitely better producer than Avi Arad. I don't know if you know the story of Avi Arad. He's still involved. He's not. I don't think he's as hands-on now that the Marvel deal's there, but. On the Sony side, he's still involved. You go watch all these shit movies. He's still got a producer credit on all these movies.
Yeah, so, he's our reason for Spider-Man 3.
He has been screwing up Spider-Man movies for fucking 15 years at this point. I mean,
I'll give some leeway to Amy. I always love that story, though.
She at least understands how important the Marvel deal is for Spider-Man's brand. And she's reaping the rewards of it with now because these solo movies are pulling in as much money as they are.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. She's just funny.
It was weird because he was. Right. I remember whenever her and Kevin were on a panel or talking about was it Homecoming, and then she's like, Venom or whatever, and I remember Kevin's face, or what was it about? I think she was talking about. Oh, never mind. No, I thought you were going to talk about the sandwich story. That was after or before they actually made a deal. But yeah,
she was talking about like how I guess those SSU movies or something was like, oh yeah, they're all in the same
In the MCU, yeah.
And then
He was just like,
he's like, I don't know.
I don't think about that. What the fuck?
We've had our fun though, so that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm glad. Rest in piss, the Sony universe. I'm glad we're moving on from it, to be honest. So
thank God.
Yeah. Real quick, we'll just mention Odyssey is still fucking killing it at the box office. And I will say, the reason I didn't see Spider-Man a second time over the weekend is because I took my wife to see the Odyssey. She hadn't seen it yet, and I really wanted to. I basically asked her, I was like, "Hey, if you had to pick between Odyssey and Spider-Man, which movie do you want to see?" She picked the Odyssey. We went and saw that. So this is my third time I've seen it in the theaters.
Nice.
And I'll be honest, I've loved it more every time I've seen it. It's my movie of the year. It was so fantastic. It just passed 911 million worldwide. And it's saying that it's going to finish at 1.4 billion. And I will say too, it was obviously opening day, Spider-Man, brand new day weekend. I saw it in regular format. I didn't see it in Dolby or 70 millimeter that it was available in at the theater that I was at. And my theater was sold out. So the fact is, right now, the theater game is strong, and Odyssey and Spider-Man are both killing it. It's still going to continue to make money. So yeah, thoughts? I mean, are we surprised? Are you happy that the fucking idiots online who thought this movie was going to fail are eating crow? How do we feel?
No, yeah, happy about anytime the idiots online are eating crow. It makes me happy.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, I don't give a shit what it is, but the fact that it was a movie that was amazing, like, it's not my number one of the year so far, but the fact that it's not my number one of the year says a lot for this year for me.
I think, I agree.
I'm so happy it's going to make $1 billion because it deserves it.
What is your number one, if you don't mind me asking?
It'd be Spider-Man as of now.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Nice.
Yeah, right now it would be Spider-Man, Obsession, Odyssey.
That's fair.
That's my top three. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I would just probably go Odyssey, Obsession, Spider-Man. But look, any of those are interchangeable. If you have any of them, I wouldn't doubt you. What about you, Ian? Any other thoughts on Odyssey? Are you happy? Are you?
Yeah, it's awesome to see it get to $1 billion. Most of course. So I'm excited. A rip, yeah. But
right. I agree, Darren. I think a double feature. It's a long one though, because those movies are both damn near 3 hours. So
yeah, it's kind of crazy in a year we're kind of having 2 double features somewhat with Odyssey,
because we got
Doomsday,
Yeah.
But no, I'm happy for the movie getting so much love. I'm really surprised. I guess I haven't gotten that, but I'm so surprised people were wanting this to kick rocks or like at least like thinking it was gonna fail or some shit. It's like, come on, guys.
It's because of the woke warriors out there, who didn't like the fact that Elliot Page was in the movie and they were convinced I don't know if you followed along, but they were convinced that Elliot Page was playing Achilles. And then
they still think that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they now trying to say, oh well, it was Achilles, and then they wrote it to another character. Even though, and I noticed this on my rewatches, there is a scene where when John Bernthal and Tom Holland are talking at the dinner, where he mentions Achilles. So like Achilles is there. It's not. So I don't know.
Well, glad they're kicking rocks. Who gives a shit about those guys?
Yeah. Right. Oh my God. I mean, both of them are attached to both these movies that are just killing it at the box office.
Yeah. I'm sure they're swimming in money.
Yeah. Oh my Lord. But yeah, no, I'm very happy. I love the Odyssey. I honestly, and I know this may seem like recency bias. The Odyssey is my favorite Christopher Nolan movie.
That's fair. I mean, you've seen it 3 times. So
yeah, I think with each time it definitively made it to that list even more. And it was always Interstellar before that for me, but I fucking love the Odyssey. And like, even my wife, she just walked in actually. Even my wife, this is not like her typical movie that she would like, and she loved it. And like, after she was like bringing stuff up and was like, I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, this is how I know you like it, because you're still talking about it even a couple hours after we saw it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so we'll move on. more news recently. I mean, this one was kind of an obvious one. I gotta start getting these in better order when I bookmark all these tweets.
Oh, right there.
Yep, there it is. So Welcome to Derry Season 2. Andy Muschietti confirms that Season 2 will be set in 1935. He says, Derry is a graveyard almost. It's a carcass of something because people are depleted, poor, tired, jobless, homeless. The kids don't have a suburban, comforting life. So really the most important thing out of that is that it takes place in 1935. Mm-hmm. Obviously, obviously we knew this kind of on the path that was created and kind of where Derry's Welcome to Derry Season 1 ended and what was teased. Are we excited about Season 2? And I don't even think we've ever talked about it, but like what were your guys' thoughts on Season 1 and the excitement for Season 2?
The first season was kind of a roller coaster for me because it started off so high for me, and then it kind of started to get down. And I was like, okay,
oh, really?
Right.
Okay,
a little bit in the middle, and then by the end, it won me over big time. And I was like, I actually preferred this to Stranger Things at the time when it came out too for that last season. Mm-hmm. So I see being that there's a season 2 now, Andy Muschietti in this universe besides It Chapter 2. I fucking hate that movie. Everything else he's done in this universe I've loved. So I'm down for Season 2 for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Ian? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, same here. I agreed with Kyle. It was exactly the same with me, Kyle. I definitely was like way loving this more than Stranger Things. Didn't care about Stranger Things compared to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really cool the way like it subverted expectations. It did something neat with Pennywise this time around. They actually had I like the cast throughout the whole thing, especially since you thought you were following some other ones and you ended up following those. You know what I mean? And then by the end, the finale, everything. It's just awesome about this show, and I really like that description for the Season 2. Just more, I know the time period, but like homeless, like and it's like a carcass and stuff. It sounds like it's gonna be way worse than we had it previous.
I think where we left off too makes me like infinitely more excited for this because kind of like at least for me, how I interpreted it was. Pennywise is essentially going on like a journey through time to try to undo his death. In Chapter 2. And a lot of people have theorized that maybe the plan is to do 3 seasons of this. And maybe in 18 it is, or what, I don't remember what the first, like what Season 3 would be. I think it's like 1918 or something like that.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Somewhere around there. What if he wins?
Ooh.
And what if that's Chapter 3 and we go and we do a new unique story and that's the real finale? I would love that. I subscribe to that theory. I'm like, I hope that's what they're doing here, and it ends with a movie, and so that way, because I didn't love It Chapter 2 either. I don't think it's as bad as some people say. It's significantly a step down though from Chapter 1. Yes. And it didn't do, it didn't satisfy in a satisfying way wrap up the series. So if that's what we're doing here is we're kind of trying to retcon and do a better ending, I'm all for it. Let's do it, So not too much on that, obviously, because, not a whole lot of news from that. But I just like getting an update. I like that, they're working on it. Hopefully, I think because it was last year, right? It was the first season? If I remember correctly.
last fall.
Yeah. So hopefully, fall 2027. That's when we're gonna get Season 2, and we move on. Yeah. All right. So another topic. When we last spoke about this, I don't know where the hell it's at. When we last spoke about this, we got some great updates. Right? We were all very happy. Freddie was back, and everyone was excited again. The more I read about this, though, the more I'm like, okay, this is not what I thought it was. So, essentially, right now, Warner Brothers and Paramount are in a heated race on which Nightmare on Elm Street remake will be deeper in development before the merger closes. Warner Brothers, their film, has Lee Cronin in talks to direct, and that one would be a reboot, but it would not be, it would kind of be a new thing. Right, it would be a remake, but it would be a new thing. It wouldn't be what this next thing is. Paramount's film will be a shot-for-shot remake with the blessing of Wes Craven's estate. So that's the one that was announced, was the shot-for-shot remake. That was the one that we talked about on the last time we were on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's even more details that aren't on this page directly. So Paramount only has the domestic rights for the film. Meaning if Paramount wins and their film, the shot-for-shot remake, comes out, it will only be released in the United States. Okay. Warner Brothers only owns the international rights. So if Warner Brother wins and we get the original film with Lee Cronin, it will only be released internationally, which means that we won't be able to go see it on opening weekend when it comes out.
What?
I am so dejected, disappointed, upset. Why the fuck is this so hard? Why can't we get a deal done where we can just make a fucking movie?
It's
thoughts, guys, from anyone else, because I'm going to get upset if I keep talking.
You could take it, Kyle. It's fine.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing? Like, it's so simple. This movie would make so much money if you just make a Freddy movie. Put a great director behind a good script. It doesn't even have to be a phenomenal script or anything.
Right.
And then get a badass Freddy. You're gonna make hundreds of millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those options, I obviously, besides even the domestic and international thing, I don't want a shot-for-shot remake.
No.
I don't either. I don't at all.
As much as I loved Evil Dead Rise, I fucking hated The Mummy with Lee Cronin. So I don't want to see him direct the movie either.
I don't either. Yeah, there's
even though Phil for some reason loves that movie, I will never understand why he does. But I don't. You're just kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Obviously, I want the domestic one to win because I want to see the movie in theaters. But
I don't know if I do.
Remake. Yeah, I guess that's the thing.
I'm like, I don't want a shot-for-shot remake.
No, we've done that. We've done it with Psycho and shit. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. When that news came out, when we had first talked about it, they didn't say that. They said, oh, they have the rights to the script, which I just thought it meant like, okay, but you could still use things and then tell your original story. Nope, they have to do a shot-for-shot remake. What the fuck? Ian, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. Again, I hate that these horror icons of ours, like the ones we love so much, just have to have such bullshit like legal battles and bullshit that we have to go through to just get a fucking movie, bro. It's like, again, I agree with y'all. I do not want a shot-for-shot remake, man. I do not want it. With all my heart, I do not want it. But I want to see the movie. I want to see a movie here in the U.S. But I also agree with y'all that Lee Cronin, it's a back and forth thing. I like Evil Dead Rise. Didn't really care for The Mummy. So I just feel like we're going, I don't know. I don't feel like we have the best options.
Now, I do remember when Evil Dead Rise came out, I think Lee Cronin did say publicly he wanted to do a remake of Freddy, which at that time, after Evil Dead Rise, I was like, all right, sure, perfect, okay. Now after seeing The Mummy, I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. I will say of these two options, I actually probably would prefer the one that's not the shot-for-shot remake with Lee Cronin.
Yeah.
Because, that 2010 movie, that wasn't a shot-for-shot remake, but it pretty much was a remake of the original.
Yeah.
And it was fucking dog water. It was terrible, right? And why would I want to do that a third time, This is so upsetting. I don't understand. I don't.
It's more upsetting when it should be so easy.
It should be really so easy. Yeah.
It's not hard.
No, they make it harder.
You see what Michael Myers and the Halloween movies made. Those made great money,
right?
Especially for a horror movie. Yeah. Scream keeps making money, even of how poor those are getting. That keeps making money. It's so easy, and they just I don't get it.
And just as a Freddy fan, it's so hard not to feel dejected, and just like we can't win. Like we can't win, and even the rights situation, like how in the world would I don't understand. So that's the part of like the merger that I don't really get. So I guess from my understanding, if the merger were to happen and whichever project they decide to go with, I'm assuming they would then have the other rights that they don't have, so then they would just be able to do, a wide release. But like the way that this is worded, a heated race on which Nightmare on Elm Street remake will be deeper in development before the merger closes. So if they're in development, what if these movies both start filming? Are you just going to axe the other one? Like, I don't.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense either. It doesn't
make sense. It's like, I don't understand. Like, what? Why is this even happening? If you know there's a merger happening, and I know that that's kind of up in the air now with updates recently. But like, if you know that that's happening, why are you even doing this? Like, why? Like, I just don't get it. It makes no sense.
I'd rather you just table it and don't make either of these movies at this point. But
if they came out and said, "Hey, look, guys, we really want to make this movie. We really want to bring Freddy back, but we can't until this merger happens." There's a lot of things that are preventing it from happening. But we promise that once the merger is resolved, we will bring a movie to you.
Yes.
Cool. Look, we've already waited 16 years at this point since the last movie. I can wait a couple more years just so that way we have clarification on what's actually going to happen once this movie comes out.
Clarification and possibly a better quality film than we just get two that are just going to be pushed out just for the sake of being like, oh, guys, we're bringing back Freddy in the movie.
And that's another thing. The way this is worded, you guys are in a heated race to make this movie. That doesn't make me feel confident that whatever movie you got is going to be good.
Nope.
That tells me, you're just trying to make this so that way you can get the rights and you can continue to make Freddy movies and make money off of it.
Yeah. Man, because like you said, I agree. The sour taste of 2010, but then also just having to wait so long for anything. And now there's like this stupid shit going on and they're trying to rush things. Maybe they won't. I don't know. It's crazy.
After the announcement that we got a couple of weeks ago, I really feel like Kevin Garnett from Uncut Gems, where he's like, why the fuck would you show me something if I couldn't have it then? You know what I mean? Like, why can't you say it and like act like, this is happening, only to then turn around and be like, well, there's a little bit more to it than what we said,
Which is probably the fact. That's probably also the part is that they're trying to hype it up, I guess, in a way, but I don't know. This isn't going to give us any hype anymore.
Way to try to hype this up.
Holy
the opposite.
The initial announcement. Now this is just all horrible.
It's ruined.
All the hype is gone.
Ruined it. I don't know.
Try being a fucking Freddy and a Chucky fan. That's like getting kicked in the
head. Well, okay. At least with Chucky, like there's some movement, right? Like
you get some content.
There's some movement.
It's not good, but
the last 2 seasons of the show, but at least they're talking about doing the movie. I know that, and so like there's movement there, and like look, Jason was in the same situation, and at least there we're getting content when something's coming out,
Right.
I don't understand. I don't get how, like you said, it's so easy. Like if they were going to do something, they should have did something when that sequel, remake, or requel phase happened. Like you said, when Halloween came out, Scream. That's when a Freddy movie should have been happening, truthfully. And now that it's like, it's even going to probably be longer. Oh, great! That's what I love to hear.
They don't like money, I guess. Yeah,
I guess not.
You talked earlier about how Resident Evil fans hate Resident Evil more than anyone. I think the people who own the rights to Freddy Krueger hate Freddy Krueger more than anyone because they just don't want to make any movies for some reason. So,
you're right, man. It's crazy, but
it's crazy. It's crazy.
I had seen the news both with like what you're showing me, but also if you watch 3C Films, he's a big Freddy fan as well. And he went over the whole situation.
That's where I learned that information from. I was watching his video about it from his live stream. Yeah.
And I feel the same sentiment though, is that like, if we can't even like, let's just say this does happen and they go the route with no domestic view, like
that would be insane.
Which is crazy, but I'd be willing to get a ticket so I could go see it somewhere else. You know what I
mean? If Lee Cronin's directing it,
I'll
wait. Hey, I'll be honest. Look, I'll say this publicly. I really don't care. If that happened, right, and it was the Lee Cronin one, and it didn't get released in the U.S., I'm pirating the shit out of that movie. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I got to watch that. I'm definitely doing that.
That's what I'm saying. If I can't go see it at a theater, like I want to give you my money and because of your stupid fucking rights problems that you guys can't resolve for some reason, I can't go see it. Hey, 1, 2, 3 movies. I'm watching it. I don't care. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
You know, look, I'm against pirating. I really am, but I will do it in that scenario because you're forcing my hand at that point.
But that's what you're saying. They shouldn't expect anything less though. That's the thing is like, you're not going to be able to have it here. Where the hell is anybody else going to watch it but on pirating? You know, doesn't make any sense. Like domestically, you're only going to have people not giving you money to watch the movie,
which doesn't make sense either because like America is such a big portion of the box office for
dude, Freddie is American,
right? Like I don't even think it's really going to be that successful if it's only overseas. So what's even the point in doing that? Like I'm so over this rights shit. Like can we just work this out? And I know this is such a and 3C even said like it's such a small thing when it comes to like the grand scheme of the whole Paramount Warner Brothers merger, but it's like at the same time I kind of wish something would happen there so that way we at least get some resolution here because until that happens basically this is just going to kind of be in limbo and they're going to be fighting about this and I just
be honest, I give more shit about this than I do the DC universe.
Right.
And what happened with Paramount about that.
No, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like I said, why the fuck would you show me something if I can't have it then? Like, I don't understand. Like, why would you do that? So that's real quick. I did want to go over. I know I didn't put it on the list, but I did want to ask because they did drop it after I'd already made it all up. Did you guys watch the Violent Night 2 trailer?
Oh, no, I didn't get a chance.
I did not either. No.
Okay. Have you guys seen the first one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you guys like it? Was that like I was a big fan of it. I thought it was really funny. I kind of like the holiday-based action movies. I feel like we haven't really got those in a long time. But I thought the trailer was really funny. I think it looks like it's going to be a fun time. They also showed, I'll pull it up here, that Kristen Bell is playing Mrs. Claus in the movie, which I thought that was really cool. She kind of comes in at the end of the trailer and has a pretty good scene. So
she has a katana.
Yeah. Oh, she has a couple of different weapons in the trailer, so she looks pretty badass. To be honest, I'm pretty excited to see it.
That's crazy. I feel like that got shadow dropped today then because it
did,
because like they've been saying they're doing a sequel, but I mean I never heard much anything about it really. To be fair,
it's going to release on December 4th. That's okay. I don't think they announced that before, so that was announced as well with the trailer.
Okay.
So.
No,
I'm looking forward to it. I liked that first movie. I thought it was a good time. I thought it was funny. I mean, I didn't think it was, the greatest thing in the world or anything, but it was just a fun time at the cinema. That's kind of
it is something different in the Christmas movie genre kind of thing. So yeah,
I did like that. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for the movie news today. I did want to talk about one last thing real quick though. SummerSlam. So that was over the weekend. And Kyle was in attendance were you actually in attendance as a viewer at any point in the weekend?
No.
No, okay.
I mean, did I watch the show?
Yeah.
I missed one match.
Okay.
Because that was kind of when we were moving and shifting.
Right.
But yeah, I'll tell you this right now. The match quality maybe wasn't the greatest for night one that I was there for.
Yeah.
But the spectacle of like that arena, especially, it looked awesome. It was loud. The atmosphere was great. It's cool to say I was at a SummerSlam. Besides the first Double or Nothing for AEW, this is probably the biggest show I've ever been to.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome, and the experience was it was something for sure. Definitely to be involved with some backstage stuff and all that. So it was cool.
So you were a part of security, right? And
for they pretty much, it was whenever Randy Orton was coming out to do his RKO or whatever, then he slipped back out. We were the security to help him out and back pretty much.
Okay. Were you actually with him like on the in the audience or?
Yeah. So we were standing kind of right by, it's one of the tunnels of one of the teams come out of or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was just standing there just waiting for about 5 minutes or whatever. And he had had a hood on and everything. So people couldn't look, even though you see this big son of a bitch standing there, you obviously know it's somebody. But yeah, then he slips it off and runs in, and we just kind of were, which I don't understand why. Maybe it was just a spectacle of having people kind of clear the way or something of him, but because he
Yeah.
didn't really need security, there was so much space there.
Right.
But yeah, it was a cool experience. Got to see some people in wrestling as well. Like you shake a lot of hands, at least you're supposed to. Like
Right.
no matter who they are, you shake their hand.
Yeah.
So like Michael Hayes,
Okay.
um,
Yeah.
Michael Hayes, Sami Zayn,
Awesome. Yeah.
Charlotte. Like there were just a few that were just kind of walking around. So again, it's just a cool
It was
experience
great
to be there.
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I'm glad you got to do that. I know because I know originally you were supposed to attend night one, just like in just a regular attendance, and then got that opportunity. Yeah, so I guess we can talk real quick about like the show itself. What did you think about? And we could just say both nights. Like, what was the highlight for you? Was there? Did you enjoy the show overall? Maybe what was your favorite match or moment?
The show overall, I would say night 2 definitely beat night 1 when it came to match quality for sure.
Yeah.
Roman and Seth, obviously, I really enjoyed that match at the end, and I'm so glad fucking Dwayne didn't show up at the end of it. I was holding my breath he was not going to.
Yeah.
And they even kind of teased it a little bit because they were standing there, and you could see the cameraman up the ramp pointing at the fucking screen. I'm like, please don't do it.
Please. Right, especially the moment, like that was such a good moment.
It's such a good moment.
Him and Seth finally embracing after all the years of their rivalry and their history, and it was great.
And the fact that the mask, he 100%
he would have ruined it.
Sweaty instantly when he walked out there. He would have did the fucking stupid goosebump thing. I used to love The Rock.
Me too.
Boy, I have soured on him in the past 4 or 5 years or whatever it's been. I'm just like, I don't care about this guy.
I think post WrestleMania 40 was like really when I was like, because of how he came back for Bad Blood and screwed Drew and CM Punk out of the main event on that one. And then did the whole thing with Cena and then didn't come back for that to finish that out. Like, I don't know. It just feels like he wants to show up whenever he wants and he wants everything, no matter what's going on in creative. And it's just, And he got lucky with how 40 turned out. I think, with how that played out, he got very lucky that it was great and he played a good part in it. But I don't know. That was great. I felt the same way, that Roman and Seth match. Like, I was kind of underwhelmed for both nights in general. There were good moments, and I'll talk about my other 2 moments that I think were really good. But that match and like the feel of Roman and Seth on that main event on night 2, I always said I wanted them to have their final hurrah at WrestleMania for a WrestleMania main event. But TKO wants to rush things and then do them a little earlier for making SummerSlam a bigger show. But that match was everything I envisioned when it finally happened. No interference, just one-on-one with Roman and Seth. And just closing that chapter finally once and for all, and Roman getting over that hurdle. I loved obviously that Oba won and kind of had his coming moment of like, hey, I'm the next big thing in WWE. I absolutely hate that it was a Hell in a Cell match. It did not need to be a Hell in a Cell match whatsoever. That was such a good time. And I obviously loved the return of Kevin Owens. I thought that was a surprise. I had heard nothing about it. So the way that they played it too, where they pulled out Gunther too after beating Nick Aldis the night before, and then saying, "Hey, one more person. I got to make it a fatal 4-way to call it down the middle." And it beat Kevin Owens. I mean, the pop that arena had was absolutely insane. So those were kind of my standout moments of the event. But outside of that, nothing else really wowed me. I felt like you said night 2 much better than night 1. I definitely agree on that. I don't think there was really a whole lot that happened that was really worthy on night 1.
No.
But overall, it was good. I'm glad you got to attend, your first live. I think I had told you before I had attended the 2024 SummerSlam, which was actually the last one night SummerSlam. So it was same thing for me. It was like the environment was totally different. One of the bigger shows I've ever been to. So it's always great to experience stuff like that. I would love to go to a Mania one day. Like that's on my bucket list. Like, man, that would be a lot of fun. So I just wanted to talk about that real quickly since you had the chance to do that. But I think we're gonna wrap it up here. We've talked about a lot. We've won a lot here. We're almost at 3 hours. There was obviously a lot of news in these last 2 weeks with Comic-Con, everything like that. I know Jordan had mentioned it before. Would love you guys to come if you can, obviously. I know it's a pricier trip, but I would love you guys to join us. That would be if we could get more console people there, it would be so much fun. It was great to meet those guys in person, and just have a nerded out full week of awesomeness in San Diego. So I'll go around real quick. Kyle, where can we find you and anything you're doing that you want to give a shout out to?
You can find me on TikTok at Power Up Productions. As of right now, I don't have a bunch. Aviator just finished that for the first time, so there'll be a
awesome
review for that.
Yeah.
Arrival, I believe, is the next movie I'm watching for the first time.
Hell yeah!
So besides that, and a couple more Spider-Man things, I've been really slacking on X-Men '97 and House of the Dragon reviews. Like I've just been really bad with it, but we'll see.
I will say, so that was one thing I didn't actually mention about Comic-Con that I did. I got to watch episode 6 early at Comic-Con. So that was, I don't know if you've seen the spoilers of what happens that episode. There was a very big moment. And
I saw that episode and I was happy when
you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I'll just say when the bow hits, that room erupted. It was it was so fun to be a part of. There was a bunch of people cosplaying and everything too. It was a lot of fun. Ian, awesome. Where can we find you? And are you got anything special that you're working on or want to give a shout out to?
Yeah. You'll find me on TikTok, Ian Movies, whatever, with underscores in between. I just made my TikTok about some scrapped Marvel TV shows that we were supposed to get back in the day that we never got. Ooh. Some back in the day, meaning like the ABC, Hulu, Freeform era. And then I made 2 videos on Life is Strange. They're getting a series. I thought it was a mini series, but it's a series. So I just covered a bunch of news on that. But I should be coming up with some more stuff. Probably Blade Runner related, a timeline video maybe. So that's what I got in the works. So
cool. Well, that should be some interesting stuff. I'm looking forward to watching it. All right. Well, that is going to be it. That is another episode of Alan's Movie Talk. And I appreciate you guys who were watching, commenting. And we'll see you next week. Take care.